5 minutes. 5 minutes. Alderman Guzman, Alderman Donenworth. All right, excuse me, time to call to order meeting of the Public Works and Infrastructure Committee for May 18th, 2026. And can I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Turner.
Present.
Vice Chair Guzman.
Present.
Alderman Donenworth.
Present.
Alderman Hayes.
Present.
Alderman Newsom.
Present.
You have the form, sir.
Thank you, sir. I'd like a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the April 20th, 26 meeting as presented.
Motion.
Motion by Donenworth,
Second.
second by, is it
Guzman.
Guzman?
Guzman.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Audience times. Any member of the audience would like to address the committee regards any item on the agenda for this meeting? Being none, we'll move on to old business. Item A in old business. Excuse me. I'd like a resolution approving preliminary engineering services from Baxter and Woodman for the Forest Hill, Lawn, Melody, and Kennedy improvements. Per section 2-458, subsection I, subsection 4, professional services for a not to exceed amount of $179,600. The Water Department is requesting approval for a resolution approving the preliminary engineering services to be charged to line item 555-916-027043. Is there a motion?
I so move.
Motion by Guzman,
Second.
second by Donenworth. Any questions to the motion? Roll call.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chair Guzman. Aye. Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, lady and gentlemen. Item 3 under new business. Item A. I'd like a motion for a resolution approving the award of the fiscal year 2027 road program to Peter Baker and Son for a not to exceed amount of $6,341,341.77.
I so move.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Guzman, second by Alderman
Second.
Newsom. Okay, this will be called from line item, I'm sorry. Public Works is requesting to award the fiscal year 27 road program to Peter Baker and Son. They were the lowest qualified bidder. Again, the amount is $6,341,341.77. The bid is attached. And are there any questions to this motion? Roll call.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, sir. Item B, like a motion for a resolution approving construction engineering services for the fiscal year 2027 road program from Gewalt Hamilton Associates Incorporated per section 2-458, subsection I, subsection 4, professional services for a not to exceed amount of $281,760. The City Council will approve as requested for said amount. For the road program, funds are to be charged to line item 228-922-824435. Is there a motion?
So move.
Motion by Guzman,
Second.
second by Newsom. Questions? Roll call.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth. Aye. Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Excellent. Thank you. Item C, I'd like a motion for a resolution approving the award of the 10th Street, Sheridan Road, and Western resurfacing projects to Schroeder Asphalt for a not to exceed amount of $2,000,000 $755,463.75. Public Works went out to bid through IDOT for the 10th Street, Sheridan Road, and Western resurfacing projects, and the opening was of the bid process was on May 6th of 2026. There were two bidders. Public Works is requesting to award the 10th Street, Sheridan Road, and Western resurfacing projects at Schroeder Asphalt, again in not to exceed amount of $2,755,463.75. The relevant materials are attached in the bid tab, and the funds are to be charged to line item 228-922-827635. Is there a motion?
All motion, and then I have a question.
Alderman Guzman, is there a second? Second by Alderman Donenworth. Mr. Guzman, go ahead with your question.
Engineering, please. I'm not sure, I was 10th Street, about the turn bay onto Illinois 131, heading, what is that, north? Is that going to be implicated in this, or no?
As far as I'm aware, that's not included in this. I could be mistaken, but from what I know, we're not including this as of now. There are certain rules that IDOT has when it comes to the number of turning movements that are done at an intersection, and from the existing conditions, they do not warrant the need of a additional right turn bay.
Okay. Because I always see that street backed up, so I don't understand how it's not. Has a study been done or has not?
So it's an IDOT road. At that
Green
point, it's an
Bay is.
intersection. From what I recall, the exact position at which the limits are, it's just east of the intersection. That's where the milling is going to conclude.
Okay. So do we need to do a study there, or IDOT just says no?
We can do
Because,
it.
I mean, okay, so if you look at the street there, right there on Illinois 131 and 10th Street, okay, the lane that goes on is on the north side, part of the lane, heading west and onto Illinois 131 heading north. It's wide enough, that's why they didn't put a turn bay there in the first place, because they made it really wide. But the problem is, nobody's moving to the left. They're just staying right in the middle of that, the lane. So you got the people that are turning to Illinois 131 heading north, not able to turn because they're not moving over.
Could we satisfy that with traffic control markings, lane markings?
There is going to be a turn lane. It's just not going to go to the intersection where a light is required, a turn signal.
Okay.
We're going to have a sign before that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Any other questions on this line item? All right, roll call, please.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item D, like a motion for a resolution approving construction engineering services for the 10th Street, Sheridan Road, and Western resurfacing projects from Baxter and Woodman per section 2-458 subsection I subsection 4 professional services for a not to exceed amount of $296,580.
Very happy to put this motion forward.
The funds will be charged to line item 228-922-824435. Is there a motion?
I'll more than happy to put this motion forward. I will. Motion.
Okay.
I so move.
Is there a second? Second by Alderman Newsom. Any questions to this motion? Okay, roll call.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes. Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right, item E. I'd like a motion for a resolution approving change order number 1 with Ciorba Group per section 2-458, subsection I, subsection 4, professional services for a not to exceed amount of $145,123.79. The Public Works is requesting approval for this change order for the Pershing Road culvert replacement and design per section 2-458, subsection I, subsection 4, professional services. The matter was approved on August 18th, 2025 for reclassification of funds for a not to exceed amount of $185,249.47. It has been determined that when the project began, Ciorba was instructed to take the plans to 30%, and then the project was delayed to pursue coordination with Union Pacific Railroad regarding their culvert as well. Due to the delay, all previous reports and sampling that took place is no longer valid. IDOT is requiring updated reports and sampling in order for the project to move forward, which has caused Ciorba to perform additional tasks. This will bring the new total for this project to $330,373.26. The funds are to be charged to line item 312-131-224435. Is there a motion?
I so move.
Motion by Guzman. Second by Donenworth. Any questions? Roll call.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donnerworth. Aye. Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you. Item F, I'd like a motion for a resolution approving leachate pumping and hauling services with ReWorld per section 2-458, subsection I, subsection 1, sole source, for the next 5 years at pricing not to exceed $105,000 per year. Public Works is seeking approval for a 5-year contract with ReWorld for an amount up to $105,000 a year for each year for leachate pumping and hauling services at Adelphi landfill. Depending on the amount of leachate produced will determine if a change order will be needed in the future. The leachate production will be monitored. There will be no price increase during the contract. Funds will be charged to line item 555-916-024505. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Newsom,
Second.
second by Alderman Guzman. Are there any questions? I have a question. What exactly is leachate? I've heard that term, I've never known what it means.
I could tell you.
Yeah, what is that?
I'll have to take a look at it. It's produced primarily through a process called leaching, where water infiltrates solid waste or other materials and dissolves or suspends chemicals and biological components. So effectively, it is the percolation through decomposing waste, and the rainwater or snow melt turns into highly concentrated chemicals or other sorts of waste that somebody then has to pump out and remove so it doesn't get into our groundwater.
All right.
And so they bring a large tank over, and they suck out all of this stuff and take it along with them, which we want.
Then what happens? Where does it go? What do they do?
As long as it's out of Waukegan, we're good.
All right, thank you very much. All right, if no more questions or comments, we'll have a roll call.
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Great, thank you. Okay, item G, I'd like a motion for a resolution approving emergency sewer repairs by Campanella and Sons per section 2-458, subsection I, subsection 7, a good faith waiver for a not to exceed amount of $300,000. The Public Works is requesting this $300,000 advance authorization for emergency sewer repairs in the event they are necessary and improvements for storm water and sanitary sewers located in the city that the city's crews are unable to perform the work for. Funds will be charged to line item 555-916-0027082. So, well, if I may have a motion, please.
So move.
Guzman makes the motion.
Second.
Donnerworth makes the second. So basically, we're putting these guys on retainer. If in the event that there's a significant leak or damage to any of this infrastructure, then Sea Orbital will be on standby. If Public Works or Water team can't get out there and do the work immediately, get it done, they'll call in Sea Orbital, and we got them on tap. Campanella. Thank you. Sorry. They'll get Campanella out there to do effect the emergency repairs up to $300,000. This way, you don't have to get emergency, you don't get approval and go back and forth. It's already pre-approved, if you will. All right. So can I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Turner.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Guzman.
Aye.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Motion passed. Great. Thank you all very much. Okay, reports and communications. We're going to have a presentation, from ComEd AMI Mesh. Sir? And if you would just introduce yourself, no need to move the mic, just kind of stand kind of close to it and it'll pick you up. So,
Okay, perfect.
go ahead.
Can we go to the first slide there, or next slide? Hi, so I'm Greg Bell from ComEd. I manage our Smart Cities engineering teams. So about 6 years ago, ComEd and Itron partnered to use our ComEd mesh network, and United Systems is the provider for Itron. So ComEd provides the network itself. We have over 4 million electric meters on our network right now, and it's a mesh network. And within Waukegan, there are 35,000 electric meters that we have. We also have about 2,700 ComEd-owned streetlights. So these endpoints all create the mesh. And the way this works is water meters will pair with an electric meter, a streetlight. There's some relays installed as well. We'll pair with them, and we'll do the reads through the electric meters. So then we'll get the reads, hourly interval reads and daily register reads that will go into the head-end system that Itron runs. So we'll have all that data that will get stored daily on the network, and then it will be available to customers to see usually within 6 hours, I believe.
So is there going to be like a user or customer portal where I can sit down at my desk and say, I wonder how much water we used yesterday, or?
So Brad will
I've got that in a
talk
couple
about the
slides.
customer portal
Yeah,
in a
good
little
question.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Yes.
I have a quick question. So what's the customer supposed to use the data for?
They can see if their usage, if they have a water leak, they'll see their usage is going way up. So they'll be able to see that within a day instead of waiting for the bill to come a month later and have wasted all that water.
Okay.
So they will be I guess not real time, but near real time data for any leaks or anything like that.
Okay. One other question. You referenced the number of streetlights, maybe? Was it 2,700? Is that what you said?
Yes, I believe we have about 2,700 ComEd-owned streetlights in Waukegan.
Okay, and then 35,000, what was the other statistic?
Electric meters.
Electric meters. Okay, thank you.
Electric and water.
Pardon me?
Electric meters and water meters, that,
We have 35,000 electric meters that are creating our mesh network.
so what is the water meter system that we use now? Is that, Antonio?
Yeah, so you use Itron, and you do it in a drive-by fashion. So
Right.
once a month, the meters are read.
Right.
This will be a transition to now where we can go underneath the ComEd network, or Waukegan can, and those reads come in on a daily basis.
Got it.
So the reading software kind of remains the same, whether it be your drive-by as you transition to this mesh network. But yeah, Itron is the product, it'll remain the product.
All right, cool, thank you. Mr. Guzman?
So, do you guys have to go in there and change the water meters?
The plan is not to change the water meters out. It's just going to be what we call a retrofit, which is to leave the meter, so you don't have to shut off water. It's just replacing one radio with another radio.
So you guys are gonna be inside the houses?
Correct.
Okay, so that's my question. Okay, are we gonna take photographs of all these houses that you're going in there and for the lead services also, so we can use that? Because it was such a mess last time.
Yep, that's correct.
And we're gonna own those pictures and everything like that, not the game that they played last time?
Yep, we're gonna put that in the contract if we have a contractor come in and change up.
Okay.
change them up.
Yep.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, gentlemen.
He's got some more slides.
Oh, I'm
If
sorry.
you wanted to see
I'm
them.
sorry. Yes, absolutely, we do.
So again, I'm Brad Bursch with United Systems and Software, the Itron distributor on the water side. So all of your hardware and software has been purchased through us. So thank you for that. What we've talked about is this transition to the ComEd mesh network to take away 30 days of not having a read because that's the one read you made and then you went to the next one. Now we're going to have this hourly. So I wanted to touch on just a couple of slides that have kind of the software benefits of what not only the city will get, but the residents. Next slide. Okay, so this would be typically, once the network is up, what Waukegan employees could look at. And it's going to be basically each morning a health of your network. So we've got a lot of green. Those are the ones the readings have come in. No issues. The yellow, which shows 28, would be suspicious. That would be things like air in pipe, leak, reverse flow, things like that. So you can drill down on those 28 and find out the exact customer, the account, and actually use those as a work order to continue to maintain your system. And then the one in red would be no comms. For whatever reason, the radio didn't call in that day. You may give it another day, and then actually at that point, you'd want to go out and find out why the radio is not communicating. So that's something right at your fingertips that you don't have right now and can monitor on. Most utilities, and we've done this at South Elgin and Northbrook and Arlington Heights, will come in each morning on a city employee and see what needs to be done.
Wow,
So,
that's impressive.
yeah.
I like it.
Next slide, please. This would be, the software also comes with a customer-facing portal. So your end customers can sign in, there'll be a login process, there'll be some education that we provide, and a customer can log in and take a look at what their readings are each day. They can break it down, their monthly reads. They may wonder in June why their reading is higher than it was in May, and it may be they can go back and look at the history from the year before, 2 years before that, to find out, okay, well, it's June, it's drier, I had to water more. They'll have that, again, to look at and can break that down into daily, hourly, monthly, however they want to kind of slice and dice the data. Next slide. This is kind of the last feature. This is a feature that, with the portal, the end user can go in, and again, as we are transitioning now with the software and we'll eventually have this system up, is they'll be able to set. So let's say you go on vacation for 2 weeks. There should not be any usage at your house. You can set parameters that if you get, in this particular case, 1 gallon per hour, so a very small amount of usage, over 18 consecutive hours, it's going to alert you wherever you are via email saying, you've got usage. Is that okay? You might have somebody checking on your house, but if there should not be any usage, you're going to get that warning instead of coming back 2 weeks later and have a flooded basement or have some issues with the inside. So just some additional features you'll get from transitioning to this system. That's all I had. This was really just to show you that the radio we're talking about here is compatible with every meter manufacturer in the industry, so you're not necessarily locked into a meter.
Hey, Brett, would it be possible to add a second radio to monitor the basement as an option? And the reason I ask, often during the heavy rains, we get a lot of basements that are backing up. I know one guy who had no idea his basement was flooded. He hadn't been down there like 3 months.
Yeah.
And then when he went down there, of course, everything was ruined. Is that something that might be as an
Not with this solution, because this system is monitoring the meter consumption.
I
And
see.
you wouldn't be able to see something separate that might be filling up the basement. But what you will get, if you get obviously consecutive hours of usage, somebody's going to know that there's water running down there and to go check. Certainly a lot quicker than the once a month that you're currently reading your meters at this point.
Absolutely. Got it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, cool. Any other questions from the panel? Okay. Go ahead.
My question is, I'm not part of the committee, but how long does the process take for changeover?
Yeah, I'm gonna, we can do it as soon as anybody as soon as the city would like to. Usually it's done over multi-years to get things converted.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. We have to get a contractor in. We're planning on doing 1,000 the first year, this fiscal year, and then 5,000 after that each year, until we get them all changed out.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, if there are no further questions, let's have a roll.
Oh, to just swap it out? I would say like 5 minutes. Just go in and take the old one out, and he's got one where.
Yeah, this
you
is
could
the
just-
radio right
you
here.
could
It's just kind of a
put-
plug-in.
Yeah. So 5 minutes, just go in and out. And like he said, no, we don't have to shut the water off, like when we did the meter change out, the whole meter replacement.
Okay. All right, roll call, please. Oh, I'm sorry, that was just reports and communications. We also have a second presentation or communication that's not on the agenda. I'm going to allow it. That's Mr. Marvin. Would you come forward and make your construction presentation and report? Marvin, what's your last name? I apologize.
Coleman.
Coleman.
Yes, sir. Good evening. How are we? Good. I'm going to just give a quick synopsis and update on the programs that we have currently operating. This spring, we have had 4 programs go forward. We have Keller Road, we have the road program, we also have a citywide sidewalk program and a sidewalk program for downtown. As of now, all the roads that we completed other than Lewis and Keller were a carryover from last year, so they have been completed as of now. Lewis Avenue, if weather permits, we should be finished by mid to late next week. Also, with Keller Ave, we've already done the concrete work. We were waiting on IDOT to get back to us with the permits for the traffic signal loops. We just received good news last Friday that we have a go. So now that will be a milling and a 2-inch overlay, which should not take very long, weather permitting as well. 3 of the roads that we completed this year was a carryover from last year. I think last time that I was up, I explained that we wanted to finish Washington, so we had 3 roads in the first ward that had the first layer of asphalt, and then when we refinished, after we removed the asphalt around the ramping of the roads that are adjacent, as well as the existing manholes and valve boxes, we went ahead and finished those roads first, coming into the good weather months of this year. So as I said, we have 4 programs, 2 are done, Keller's gonna be done in a second, and also Lewis Avenue will be done shortly as well.
Outstanding.
Yes, yes.
Before you go on, Guzman, I get a lot of questions. I don't know if this was in your bailiwick, Marvin, but I get a lot of folks who are questioning how long the construction is going to continue on Glen Flora and along North Avenue. You got any insight?
That would be more of a
that-
question, water main.
We just got confirmation on that today.
Yeah.
So we're looking at going into the first or second week of June.
Got it.
Reason being, there's still material work that needs to be, underground work that needs to be done, and then you got the asphalt work that needs to be done, and then the restoration. So we're looking at like second week of June.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Alderman Guzman.
Okay, question about Lewis Avenue. Isn't that a county road?
Some parts are, some parts are ours. Yes.
So that's why,
It's a little tricky.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Because I thought all of Lewis, because I'm still waiting from, what is that, from Washington to 14th Street to be redone, because that's the county.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. There are no more questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, you're welcome.
Right. Like a motion for adjournment?
So move.
Second.
Guzman and Donenworth. And all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye. And we are adjourned at 6:14 p.m. Thank you all very much for your attention to this matter.
Now is the time to call to order the Public Safety Committee meeting on Monday, May 18th, 2026 at 6:17. May I get a roll call, please?
Alderman Newsom,
Present.
Alderman Florian,
Present.
Alderman Guzman,
Present.
Alderman Donenworth,
Present.
Chairperson Martinez.
President. All right, at this time, we'll open up for any public comments. Is anyone here for any public comments? All right, moving forward, minutes, I need a first and second motion to approve the minutes for the Public Safety Committee meeting held on April 20th, 2026. Can I get a vote? All in favor?
So move.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom,
Present. Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Guzman,
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth,
Aye.
Chairperson Martinez.
Aye. All right, old business. There is no old business. Moving on to new business. I need a first and second motion to approve the resolution authorizing and approving the annual Northeastern Illinois Regional Crime Lab membership and renewal fee of $136,982. The Waukegan Police Department is seeking spending authority to continue the annual Northeastern Illinois Regional Crime Lab membership and pay the renewal fee of $136,982. This payment will be made from line item 100. Can I get a first?
Motion.
Second.
Can I get a second? First by who? I'm sorry.
Donenworth.
First by Alderman Donenworth, second by Alderman Guzman. Any questions to the motion? No questions. There being no questions, can I get a roll call, please?
Alderman Newsom,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Guzman,
Aye.
Alderman Donenworth,
Aye.
Chairperson Martinez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, item 6, information, there being none. Item 7, reports and communication. We do have a presentation by Commander Adriana Cancino talking about the window tents.
Good evening, committee members. Today I'm going to give you a quick overview of the Illinois window tint laws and explain why these laws exist from both a traffic safety and officer safety perspective. Illinois law focuses, next slide, please. We focus on visibility through the windshield and driver's side windows. The law allows for limited tinting, but excessive tint on the front windshield is prohibited, as you can see in the pictures here. The front windshield should have no tint except for top 6 inches. That is violation of 625 ILCS 5/12-503. The front windows should have a minimum of 35 or 50% light transmission, depending on the rear tint configuration. Your rear windows can be darker than your front, so that's more permissive under the Illinois law. Tint must be non-reflective, and then medical exemptions exist with proper documentation. Next slide, please. For traffic safety concerns, tint will give reduced visibility at night. It is difficult to see pedestrians, bicyclists, and hazards. Increased glare and contrast problems in poor weather, snow, rain, harder to make eye contact with other drivers, and then can affect driver reaction time in low light conditions. Next slide. And then officers rely on visibility into the vehicle when officers conduct traffic stops. It is difficult when we walk up to a vehicle to be able to look into the vehicle to see what is going on if the vehicle is tinted, heavily tinted. So it's hard for us to see any occupants, detect any weapons, see any movement, and then be able to monitor the hands. A lot of people, we definitely ask for the windows to be open with the tinted windows. And then a reduced visibility increases the uncertainty and tension in any traffic stop that an officer has. Next slide, please. And then Illinois allows a 5% meter variance. We on patrol do use what is called a tint meter. It's this small box. Every patrol unit Patrol Division will have these units, and they are accessible to the officers. If we are out on traffic stops or traffic enforcement, they are able to use this. Basically, you'll see that you put the window in between here, and it measures what your tint is. So it gives us the ability to be able to cite the person if the tint is illegal for the law. And the windshield tint is usually the easiest violation to observe. We do not have anything that measures windshield tint, but anything on the windshield is illegal. And then we can obviously issue citations, issue any equipment violations, and then we have additional scrutiny during stops. So with that, that's all I have regarding window tint. Any questions? Yes, ma'am. Oh, sorry.
Alderman Florian?
Thank you, Chair. So I have a couple questions. We have a couple businesses in town that do window tinting. Do we check with them to make sure that they're only doing the legal amount of tinting, or?
I'll be honest, I'm not aware of us doing any kind of enforcement with the businesses.
Because I mean, that's where it starts. You can't get your windows tinted unless you go somewhere and get it done.
Yeah.
And do we tint the windows in our vehicles, or police vehicles?
It's the vehicle, I apologize, what the manufacturers already have on the tint.
Okay.
That's how it comes.
Because I have looked at window, like I'll just be like, oh, do I know that officer or not? And I can't even see into the vehicle. So I'm like, if I can't see in.
It's the
It seems like we're
manufacturer.
kind of breaking our own,
The manufacturer's tint, ma'am.
Okay, okay. It seems darker to me, but anyway.
Alderman, I'm going to add to that. We do have some of our vehicles that are tinted with the front windows, and that's what you've seen. Not all of the vehicles, and I understand your concern. We'll share it with Chief Navarro, but it's not a violation, but I do understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it just kind of seems like do as I say, not as I do, right?
No, ma'am, because if it's a legal amount of tint, which is what we have, what the law allows, it is permissible. But for a public safety vehicle, there's some concerns that we should share that you expressed.
Okay.
And we will speak with Chief Navarro, and we'll follow up with you as well to understand your concern a little bit more.
Okay, thank you. Thank
All
you.
right, any other questions? I have a question. I grew up in an era back then where there was only one type of tint, but from my understanding, there's different types of tint now, or different colors, or some are more darker than others, or is this still just one type of tint? Because I had a conversation with one of my coworkers, and they brought up a whole different kind of tint that I wasn't even aware of. I thought maybe you can shed some light on that.
I apologize. I'm not very familiar with the different types of tint. I believe you're correct. We all do see it, but I'm not that familiar with the different styles.
And what is your overall feel about the whole tint? I know it creates a problem. Do you see that happen a lot, or do you see a lot of vehicles with tints nowadays? Because back then I grew up in an era where everyone had tinted windows. I was wondering, what is it now?
Yes, sir, you are correct. The increase in tint has happened, especially the front windshield. We do our best with the enforcement. When we have our details, there are officers out there that do focus on the tint. What is required is that they have it removed, and then when they go to court, that can assist them in the court system if they are told to remove the tint. But you are correct, sir, that it has been an increase.
And it does come with a fine, correct? If they're
Say again?
does it come with a fine if they're?
Yes, it is a traffic citation, and then depending on the amount, they will go in front of a judge, and then the judge will determine.
And that's a misdemeanor, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, with that being said, I need a first and a second motion to adjourn at 6:27.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Okay, the time is now 6:28 PM. We will start the Special Finance and Purchasing Committee meeting for May 18th, 2026. Can I get a roll call, please?
Alderman Newsom,
Present.
Alderman Florian,
Present.
Alderman Bolton,
Present.
Alderman Felix,
Present.
Alderman Martinez.
President.
Okay, there's no minutes to approve. Item D, public comment. Is there anyone that wants to speak on anything that's on the agenda for the Finance Committee? Being none, item 3, old business, there is none. Item 4, new business. Item A, motion to approve a resolution approving a settlement and release of all claims for the Waukegan Police Department Employee Workers' Compensation Claim number 250813W025 for the amount not to exceed $18,113.82. Can I get a motion on the floor?
I so move.
Motion by Alderman Bolton, second by Alderman Felix. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Bolton,
Aye.
Alderman Felix,
Aye.
Alderman Martinez.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. Item B, motion to approve a resolution approving a professional services agreement for the manufacturing and installation of Waukegan seasonal banners at a cost of $53,800 to be reimbursed through a grant funding. Funding for this project is provided by Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity Energy Transition Community Grant. Expenses will be paid out of Fund 251, Planning and Development Grants, 251-825-224489, and then reimbursed through the grant. Can I get a motion on the floor?
So move.
I second.
Motion by Alderman
Martinez.
Martinez,
I have a question.
I second.
second by Alderman Bolton. Questions?
What actually is, what is a seasonal banner? Can you kind of explain?
They're going to be hanging downtown.
Good evening, Alderman. Excuse me. The banners are for the light poles in the downtown, hanging from the brackets along the side of the poles there. And they have different designs, seasonal rotation. So something for fall, winter, spring, summer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question. It was brought up previously if we could post something in relation to the Waukegan School District. Excuse me, I was riding through Libertyville, and they have the seniors posted, pictures posted on the poles, the graduates. So I was wondering if that's something that we can do in the future. The graduates, I know we have like 900 and something, so it would probably be kind of difficult. But I thought that was a good idea to, you know, maybe come up with some kind of idea that we can recognize the students.
Yeah, I think that's a lovely idea. That wouldn't be my decision, of course. And there would certainly be some cost for that number of students, but maybe consider something like on our screens in the lobby, having a rotation of photographs through there, then that would be a really cost-effective way to share that. And we can think about some other things. Our PR team is super creative.
Okay. Alderman Florian?
Thank you, Chair. Are these banners reusable? So like, we'll be able to keep them from year to year till they eventually are weathered?
Yes, and by having the seasonal rotation, that should help stretch the time that they last, because they'd each only be up for approximately 3 months.
And are we just doing Genesee Street?
Can you help me?
Yeah, so we went and did an audit of basically every light pole in the downtown area, so it's not just Genesee. We did like the side streets, and then obviously we're not really specific on what exactly, or which exact poles we're putting the banners on, so that's something for the future to decide.
So it won't be on every pole, but it'll be spread out kind of evenly throughout the downtown. And I'm sorry, I didn't do a lot of research on this, I apologize. We got thrown the budget at the last minute and that took priority. the grant that we're using this for, what was the overall point of the grant? Because, no, we can never please everybody when it comes to these grants. Like, half the people love the Waukegan sign and half the people hate the Waukegan sign. So half the people are going to love the banners and half the people are going to hate the banners. So I just want to be able to tell the haters what the...
So that brings a good point. The Energy Transition Grant in 2023, we held a public comment meeting in this room and received public input on how we should allocate the money that was designated for downtown improvements and experience. And so the things that you're seeing happen with that money are things that we heard from Waukegan's public who came to that meeting to talk about what they wanted to see, and banners were one of those things, as were the letters and the murals and all of that. So it's an encouragement to everybody to come to public meetings and share your input and be part of finding things that we can do instead of complaining about things that we've done because other people provided input.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Alderman Martinez?
Yeah, just for your information, I remember a couple years ago at the Brookside campus that you did want to mention the students' pictures. I think the Waukegan Public School System they were all lined up with all the pictures of all the graduates. So maybe we can get Waukegan Public School System, we were going to go that route with the, they get the honor the student graduates or WPS students. So, but I do understand it's a grant, right? It's a grant.
For us, it's a grant. This is the end of it. We'll be using up the last of the money, but for future grants, that might be a...
And do you see also maybe expanding it beyond Genesee Street in the future?
It could. It's something, and feel free to jump in here, it's a matter of budget, right? So you're trying to cover as much geography as you can. We have a budget that's controlled by the amount of the grant funding that's available in response to the responses for the RFP or the bid that we got. So, trying to find the balance there with additional resources that are unlimited in scope, then we could certainly expand it beyond. And we could be able to replicate these designs as well to get more stock in the future. Sure.
Any other questions? Thank you, Noel and Yaslin. Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Felix.
Aye.
Alderman Martinez.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. Item C, motion to approve a non-union and management staff Appendix A and Police Step Appendix B, step pay schedules to reintroduce the salary ordinance for fiscal year 2027. The salary ordinance was eliminated in 2024. The last salary ordinance expired 4/30/2023. The reintroduction of the salary ordinance will bring back the transparency of salary expectations and movement through the steps. Can I get a motion on the floor?
I so move.
Motion by Alderman Bolton,
Second.
second by Alderman Felix. Are there any questions to the motion?
I have a question.
Alderman Bolton.
Thank you. So I understand this sets boundaries where there is not favoritism, or can someone elaborate on this, please?
Sure, certainly. So the salary ordinance does state how you move through the steps, which are on your anniversary date or on your promotion date if you've been promoted. But it also sets a limit for a raise, which is a two-step increase, which would be essentially be 4%. And that would be at the mayor's direction as it was in the prior salary ordinance. So yes, it would be capped.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Felix.
Aye.
Alderman Martinez.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item D, motion to approve the fiscal year 2027 budget proposal. I know all of us just got the proposal, and our books were just passed out this evening. The idea is to get it out of committee, and it will be held over for the next several weeks until we get an opportunity to look at it,
When you say several weeks, what does that
Well,
mean?
at least to the hearing on June, our first meeting in June.
Okay, so that's 2 weeks. We aren't allowed to ask any questions tonight.
You can ask whatever questions you like.
Yeah, I'll do my best to answer them, for sure.
Okay, because I have several, so I mean,
If we're pressed for time, I'm available afterwards. You can feel free to.
well, I'd really rather ask them in public, but I can wait till June 1st, I guess, but.
We'll be having
I
a
won't be
public-
voting for it tonight, though. I mean, we literally were just handed this book now.
We're not passing it tonight. Any other questions? Alderman?
Why the urgency to get it out of committee?
Well, we don't have another, well, we have a finance committee on the 1st, but we have a public hearing as well on that night.
It just seems like items get questioned more in more detailed fashion at the committee level, and it
And-
gives everybody an opportunity to take a look at it. So it should stay there until we've had an opportunity to really
Well, if
banter
it's-
back and forth and understand what's in it.
If it's passed out of committee on the floor, you can ask anybody. We don't have everybody in the committee. So any of the aldermen can ask their questions if it's not in committee. It does not have to be passed the first Monday in June, our committee meeting, as you know.
I have a question.
Alderman Bolton?
So I understand some of the items also are from the previous budget that still yet need to be paid. Am I correct? Can someone shed light on that?
Yeah, so
If
the
it's-
budgets run from May 1st to April 30th of each year. If there are projects that are not yet finished, it's the responsibility of the departments to notify finance that those funds need to be carried over into the next year, and then we'll appropriate them as such.
Thank you so much.
We have till when, July to pass the budget?
Yes, the continued appropriation gives us just July 31st to pass the budget, correct?
We got time.
Okay, I'm sorry, since we have 20 minutes, is it possible for me to ask some of my questions tonight, or you don't want any questions?
It's a,
I mean, I'll answer them as best as I can.
Well, at least you'll know what they are, so maybe then June 1st, you'll have some answers, and so we don't have to hold it over on June 1st?
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay. So this administration has been in for over a year, and now here we are a month late, basically, with the budget. Next year, do we plan on being more timely and get it in April,
Yes,
maybe?
we'll be much more timely, so we're going to be moving to an internal 5-year budget. So a lot of these numbers are predictable based on our partners and information that's out in the public eye. So the answer is yes.
Okay, all right, and the costs, I mean, I did have a somewhat of an overview of the budget that we got last Thursday, so I did go over that. So are some of the projects in here that involve engineering, architectural design, all of that's included in the price?
Yes.
Okay. And you have 62 million, approximately almost 63 million in capital improvements in this budget with backlog, bidding timelines, engineering, all of that. Do we expect to get 62 million done within this fiscal year?
Historically, we have not gone through that much amount, but we have to appropriate it to be able to spend it. So then it depends on the timeliness of the projects, whether, ability to get materials. And so there's a lot that goes into that. But historically, we have not met that amount.
Okay. We're showing $2 million in income for red light cameras, sorry. Is anything projected to change with the red light cameras? We get a lot of complaints about those. People call them, they say they're racist, they're, whatever. I mean, I don't see it that way, but some people
Sure.
do.
Is the question related to income, or is the question related to if the city wants to continue to have them?
Well, you put 2 million in revenue in the
Yeah.
budget, so if we don't have them, then we're going to be short 2 million.
Right. Well, at the moment, it's budgeted for having them, but if that changes in the future, we'll have to make that adjustment.
Okay, one other concern I have is our water fund has always been seen as one of our revenue producing, right? In this overview we got, if the numbers are correct, it says that we're projecting 24.9, so let's round up to 25 million in revenue for water versus 45.3 million in expenses. So now we've taken something that's traditionally, we'll say, income producing for the city, and we're projecting we're going to lose 20 million on water.
That is correct. If all the projects were to happen this same year.
Okay, that's concerning. And I also, I'm not sure if I can find this, the parking, where it says we're gonna spend $1 million on parking meters. Didn't we just redo all our parking meters and pay all that off? And so why do we need to spend $1 million on parking meters?
My understanding is that the meter equipment is old and it requires repairs.
We just got it like 2 years ago.
The parking meter equipment,
Yeah, those are brand, like if you go down there, those are new parking meters. You don't ever use them? They're
walk downtown.
fancy with credit
Yeah.
cards and, I mean, we just got them like 2-3 years ago.
Maybe Chief May can elaborate on that, because they've been working on it, if that's okay with you.
I'm sorry, I heard that was about parking meters, but can you just repeat the question? I didn't hear the whole question.
It's projected that we're gonna spend $1 million on new parking meters, and we just bought all new parking meters a couple years ago. So I'm confused why we're spending $1 million on parking meters.
So I'm not aware of how new they are, so apologize for that, but I've been told by the police department, Chief Nils, DC Nils here, that the parking meters are becoming obsolete. It's hard to get parts for them. And we're looking to go to a new system with parking boxes that have some advantages that you see in most other cities. So,
How much revenue do we get from our parking meters overall? Like if you take out what it costs us, what we pay the parking enforcement guys, like how much are we making on parking?
sure. While DC Neil probably speaks a little bit, I'll try to look for that revenue line
Okay.
item.
Thank you, sir. Alderwoman, for the issues with our parking meters currently, we have issues with the company that actually runs those meters. We've had to spend extra money on batteries alone because of issues with the company that's based in California. There's no decision that has been made currently, but we can't do anything unless there's a plan in place for a potential switch to a company that works. So I could share more information with you, but there's issues with this company out of California. There's an issue that there's a company that local jurisdictions are using that probably would be more viable for us and much more convenient for our people visiting downtown and utilizing our parking. To give you a little bit more, we're trying to get away from the parking meter, and we would like a parking station that could potentially even service our beach. There's a lot of things that this other company could do, and it would be cost efficient, forward thinking.
Okay, thank you for that explanation.
It's about 340,000.
So we're going to spend $1 million to make 340,000?
I don't know the lifespan of the boxes, so.
I'm not
I'd
a
have to-
genius, but that seems like a bad idea to me. I mean,
Yeah, I would have to look at the lifespan of the boxes to see how long they would last.
all right. I'll email more of my questions to you between now and the next meeting, so you'll have a
Thank you.
better idea
I
of
appreciate
things
that.
I'm concerned about. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Can we get a roll call, please?
Alderman Newsom,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Bolton,
Aye.
Alderman Felix,
Aye.
Alderman Martinez.
Aye.
Excuse me, motion carried. There's no presentations. Can I get a motion to adjourn at 6:48?
I so move.
Motion by Alderman Bolton. Second? To
Second.
adjourn? Alderman Felix. All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned at 6:48. Thank you.
Thank you. Just been open. Really good. Share something with it? You want to smell it a little bit? Jesus Christ. How do you open it?
Hey, how are you, sir? I got the freezer, and I go in every now and then. I go in there and take one, maybe 2 tablespoons.
Sure. There you go. You want a piece? Grab them.
The time has come for the Monday, May 18th, 2026, Waukegan City Council meeting. Roll call, please.
Alderman Donilworth.
Present.
Florian.
Present.
Hayes. Bolton.
Present.
Guzman.
Present.
Martinez.
Present.
Felix.
Present.
Newsome.
Present.
Turner.
Present.
Mayor Cunningham.
Present.
Mr. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Item B, invocation being led by Pastor Charles J. Ivy of Shiloh Baptist Church. All stand, please, for the invocation.
Cunningham and to city leaders, it is a privilege and honor to be here to give the invocation for tonight. Let us pray. Our Father and our God, we come before you to thank you for the leadership that you have assembled as a part of your people to love and care for the citizens of the city of Waukegan as they take on the collective responsibility of the welfare and well-being of all those who come within the city limits. We ask, dear Lord, that you will guide them with the needs of this community and enable them to discharge their duties with justice, love, and mercy. Grant to them hearts to help the weak in their time of need. Renew their spirits so that they will have a greater sympathetic interest for those who are in despair. Bless these leaders with the resources and material things they need to meet the challenges of this community. We pray for the unity of the council and staff that surrounds the mayor, that they may function effectively and efficiently. Lord, as we face the heated days of the summer, with the focus on outdoor events and activities, help this council to enact and enforce policies and procedures to keep the citizens and all who visit this city safe. As we live in extraordinary times, extraordinary moments, witnessing extraordinary things, we pray that these leaders will serve you as they oversee the day-to-day operations of this city government. We pray for the people of this community that they will honor and respect this body of leaders and the laws by which we are governed in accordance with your will. Let there be love for one another. Let all these things be done here tonight in decency and in order and for your glory. We ask this prayer in your Son Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please stand leading. Leading us in the pledge will be Cadet Corporal Adrian Jimenez from Waukegan High School's Junior ROTC program.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item D, Mayor's comments. As always, good evening, everybody. Tonight, I want to start my comments by recognizing the Public Works Department on National Public Works Week, which is celebrated this week. This year's national theme, Rooted in Service, Powered by Community, perfectly captures the spirit of our public works professionals who are the foundation of our city's infrastructure, quietly performing the essential work that keeps Waukegan safe, clean, functioning every single day. From maintaining our roads to keeping our facilities running, the contribution of this department are the heartbeat of the city of Waukegan. Some of their efforts are highly visible on our streets, while others remain hidden from view, but every single project, Chris, they undertake, it is important. I want to extend my deepest appreciation to Director Garland and the entire Public Works Department for their tireless dedication, late nights and early mornings. They are the heroes and sheroes who ensure our quality of life remains strong. Please join me in celebrating the Public Works Department with a round of applause. They truly are first responders. Let's give it up. All the maternals are going to be calling you. This coming Memorial Weekend marks the official kickoff of the beach season here at our beautiful lakefront. We are incredibly proud of the natural shorelines, and we want to ensure it remains a clean, safe, and enjoyable destination for everyone throughout the summer. The beauty of it will be not possible without, I'm going to say, friend, almost classmate, but dedicated and proud person, Miss Lisa May. Lisa, stand, please. Stand. If you didn't know, she is our lakefront coordinator, but this personally is one of her children's, this beach. If you don't believe me, just ask Chris from Public Works. He'll tell you. She has done an amazing job leading improvements at the beach and a host of other things to recognize this, our beach. With that being said, to support the maintenance, security, and upkeep of our beaches, our seasonal parking fees will go into effect starting this weekend. To clarify a common point of confusion from our visitors, the daily fees apply strictly to parking vehicles in our beach lots for those who do not have a valid city sticker. On Saturdays and Sundays, the parking fee will be $20 for vehicles without a sticker. On Memorial Day and other holidays, the parking fee will be $30 for vehicles without a city sticker. The fee is per car, not per person. Next, it's also immense privilege tonight to honor one of Waukegan's most treasured residents. Mr. Clerk, please take it from here for our special recognition and guest.
As Mayor Cunningham steps onto the floor, I'd like to ask Third Ward Alderman Juan Martinez and Miss Ruby Ellen Russo and her family to join the mayor at the front. Tonight we celebrate Miss Ruby Ellen Russo, who recently celebrated her incredible 102nd birthday. As a 33-year resident of Waukegan, Miss Ruby stands. As a 33-year resident of Waukegan, Miss Ruby stands as a living testament to our city's rich history, resilience, community spirit. Reaching this milestone is a profound blessing. To live more than a century means witnessing generations of change, growth, and history. Throughout her long life, Miss Ruby has brought warmth, wisdom, and strength to those around her, helping to weave the very fabric of our community. Miss Ruby has 2 children, 7 grandchildren, 14 great-grandchildren, and 1 great-great-grandchild. Miss Ruby enjoys her time gardening, reading, solving puzzles, attending family gatherings, and traveling across the country. In recognition of her extraordinary life, her longevity, and the joy that she continues to bring to her family and neighbors, we are proud to present Miss Ruby with this Waukegan Proud Award. We send her warmest congratulations, our deepest respect, and our wishes for continued health and happiness in the year ahead. Happy birthday, Miss Ruby.
Well, while we get the award, now I've topped it all. 99, 100 I've met, and now 102 years young. I told her I want to catch up. Well, I don't need to say anything. We're going to give you the mic. This is your special day.
Well, I didn't think I had to talk, but I appreciate the honor that I'm getting tonight, and I thank God for all the wonderful years that I've had. I have a wonderful family, and all my needs are taken care of. Thank you.
All right, there it is. On behalf of the mayor's office, our city clerk and treasurer, all of our aldermen and the great citizens of this community, we'd like to present you with this Waukegan Proud Award for your 102 birthday. Yes, yes. You stand right there, yeah. What's up, little man? All right, you hold that for us. All right, now you look over here, and we're going to take a picture with all of the aldermen. There he goes directly again. All right. So we here, 1, 2, 3. Thank you again.
Okay, Mayor, next we want to take a moment to shine a spotlight on a remarkable professional achievement within our local media. I want to formally congratulate journalist Steve Sadin for winning the prestigious award for Best Deadline Reporting from the Chicago Headline Club at the 49th Annual Peter Lissinger Award. The Peter Lissinger Awards represents the pinnacle of journalistic excellence in Illinois, and competing against top-tier talent from across the region is no small feat. Mr. Sadin was recognized for exceptional, fast-paced breaking news coverage regarding Lake County immigration enforcement for the Lake County News Sun. His ability to deliver accurate, deeply reported, and timely truth to our community under pressure of a tight deadline is a testament to his professionalism and dedication to the craft. A free and diligent press is essential to a well-informed public, and we are fortunate to have journalists of Mr. Steve Sadin's caliber covering the stories that impact our city. And on behalf of the city of Waukegan, we recognize Steve Sadin with the Waukegan Proud Award, honoring him on his well-deserved award and thank him for his continued commitment to exceptional local journalism. Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations, Steve. Thank you. Well, and I'm going to give him the mics. I don't think I need to say anything, but before I do that, we have in the midst with us former mayor and who was in the media section. Bill, why don't you come on up? Come on up, Bill. So we can, but you have some other information you want to share with us, right?
First, I want to thank Mayor Cunningham, David Motley, the entire communications crew, and all the other department heads and other people I've spoken with who've told me the things I need to know to write stories. It's the sources that do it. And the award came from people here, can't name names, who told me that the Department of Homeland Security was going to be stationed at Naval Station Great Lakes. That's what, was breaking that news nationally that won the award, and it was, local officials who knew what was going on, and enough of them that we were able to break that news. In fact, when I called David Motley and said I wanted a comment from the mayor, he said, "How do you know that?" I said, "I heard it from so-and-so," and he said, "Then it's true." So, and the coverage of Midway Blitz for over 2 months was, the Tribune's coverage of that was given a Pulitzer Prize a couple of weeks ago for best local coverage, and I'm part of the 75-person team of reporters and editors who share in that Pulitzer. And it was a total team effort.
Well, thank you, Steve, for putting Waukegan back on the map. But listen, on behalf of the mayor's office, our city clerk and treasurer, and 2 mayors, Bill Morse.
David, make sure somebody covers his story tonight.
Our city council and the great citizens of Waukegan, I'm gonna say throughout Lake County, we appreciate you covering not only fair, but accurate, and more importantly, to get the correct information for people can read and understand what's going on throughout our country. Congratulations, and here is our Waukegan Proud Award to you, sir.
Thank you so much.
It's important people recognize that his coverage saved lives of people in Waukegan and Lake County. That's the greatest honor a journalist can receive.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I think that's it. That's it. All right, mayor's comments being over. Item 2, Resolutions, proclamations, and presentation. Proclamation, World Migratory Bird Day.
Like me to read that? for the
Yes.
Record? Okay.
Mr. Clerk, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Proclamation World Migratory Bird Day. Whereas migratory birds are some of the most beautiful and easily observed wildlife that share our community, and Waukegan is a part of an important migratory bird route as part of the Lake Michigan corridor with bird stops at its lakefront, parks, ravines, and homes. And whereas most citizens recognize and welcome migratory songbirds and aquatic birds as symbolic harbingers of the change of season, and whereas these migrant species also play an important economic role in our city, controlling insects, pests, attracting birders to visit from outside of our community. And whereas insects provide essential energy for migratory birds, critical for their survival during migration and other stages of their life cycles, especially when feeding their offspring. And whereas massive decline in insect populations in many parts of the world is having serious implications for migratory birds, and whereas migratory birds and their habitats are declining throughout the Americas and are facing a growing number of threats on migration routes and from their summer and winter homes, whereas public education, awareness, and concerns are crucial components of bird conservation. Citizens who are informed about these threats that birds face are empowered to help address those threats, directly contributing and maintaining healthy bird populations. And whereas since 1993, World Migratory Bird Day has become a primary vehicle for focusing public attention on nearly 350 species that travel the wintering in South and Central America, Mexico, the Caribbean, and southern U.S. to nesting habitats in our community and throughout North America. And whereas light pollution attracts and disorients nocturnally migrating birds, making them more likely to land in areas that are more vulnerable to collision and other dangers. Individuals, communities, governments are encouraged to, quote, dim the lights at night. And now therefore be it resolved that Mayor Sam Cunningham and the members of the City Council of the City of Waukegan do hereby proclaim May 9th, 2026 as World Migratory Bird Day and urge all of our citizens to celebrate and observe and to support efforts to protect our birds and protect our insects to help conserve migratory birds and their habitats in our community and the world at large, adopted this 18th day of May 2026.
All righty. We're going to explain why all of our little special guests are here.
You guys with the signs go in the front.
I'm going to give the mic over to you, and you can explain everything.
Oh, goodness. All right, well. Hi, everyone. Good evening, Mayor Cunningham and members of City Council, students and their families, and everyone that's here this evening. My name is Carolyn Lewick, and I serve as president of Lake County Audubon Society. Many of you know me through our conservation and educational work in the community, but for those who have not had a chance to meet, it's a privilege to be here with you this evening. This year marks 7 years of our partnership through the Sharing Our Shore Waukegan initiative, a collaboration that continues to grow through the support of the City of Waukegan, community organizations, volunteers, and residents. On behalf of Lake County Audubon and Sharing Our Shore, we are so grateful for you recognizing these talented students tonight for their beautiful piping plover nesting signs that will be installed on the beach this summer. This project was truly a community partnership, working alongside third grade teachers and students from Glen Flora Elementary and Andrew Cook Magnet School. We had the opportunity to connect art, conservation, migration, and local ecology in a very hands-on way. The students learned about the incredible journey of migratory birds and the challenges endangered Great Lakes piping plovers face while nesting right here on Waukegan's shoreline. These signs are more than artwork. They help educate our beach visitors and encourage people to give nesting birds the space and protection they need to successfully raise their chicks. The creativity and enthusiasm these students brought to the project was genuinely inspiring. It's especially meaningful that this recognition comes just after World Migratory Bird Day, whose 2026 theme reminds us that every bird counts and every observation matters. Birds are the most visible symbols of the health of our ecosystems, and communities like Waukegan have a real opportunity to benefit from the growing interest in birding, nature travel, and ecotourism along Lake Michigan. I'd also like to give a super brief update on our piping plover season. We have 3 plovers on our beach right now. Our mating female has chosen a new mate this year. Blaze has chosen Pippin. Pippin joined us all of last year, but Pippin left last year with a hair entangled around his foot, and we thought for sure he would not survive migration. So it was truly remarkable when 3 weeks ago he showed up on our beach missing a foot. That is not something shorebirds survive, but he not only survived, but he wooed our female, and they now have a nest with 3 eggs when we anticipate an extra egg being laid tonight. So, we hope that in 28 days we will have a clutch of little chicks running around our beach, and we also hope that Pepper, who she has abandoned, will have a female arrive on the shores, and we will have another nesting pair to celebrate. It is only because of the protections that Waukegan has enacted at our lakefront that piping plovers have returned to nest. They were absent from Illinois since 1955. So this really is remarkable, and we want to thank everybody that is working so hard. I also want to look forward to a very exciting native garden project that we're going to start working on at the lakefront, and in the future we'll share more details about that. But for now, I've spoken too much. Let's give these wonderful students their award and celebrate their achievement.
All right, Bill, you gotta go to work, Bill.
Bill's got a little work.
Art lesson.
So
I couldn't do that.
we had over 100 signs created, so this was very hard to make these
I might
decisions.
need some help here. Stephen Rodriguez, where's Stephen? He's not here. You hold his for him?
I'm Steve.
Okay, Steve. Okay.
Genesis.
Magna? Magna?
Not here. Not here.
Not here. Where are all these people? Here's the deal. The kids that are here got cookies.
That's right.
So it's worth being here because they're plover cookies, not made out of plover.
These are the cookies. They're
Jimmy,
Clover Pal cookies.
Beltron, throw it us.
There she goes. There you go. Here, look, you got 2 mayors wanting to be by you. Hold your sign up so they can get a picture.
Oh, we're gonna get one all at one time, Big Bill.
Okay.
All right, you gonna hold that right? There you go.
Okay. Bailey Jones?
Bailey? Hi, Bailey. Step on up, Bailey.
I like
Like the hat.
yeah. London McNeil?
London. Step on up, London.
Sandra Garcia.
Sandra.
Look at that smile. You're smiling like a fool. Here you go. Zoe Figueroa?
Zoe's
I
not
think
in.
that's everybody.
That's it. That's it
That's
for
it.
right,
So-
right now.
Okay.
We get the teachers and the parents behind.
Teachers and parents, and then him and a
Teachers
couple of the
and,
signs, and I'll hold
teachers
the
and
signs.
parents.
Yeah,
We
hold
did
the
the
sign.
our signs, man.
Scoot down a little bit.
Yes. Mom and Dad, hold the picture up. Hold it up. Right here. Come on in front. That's it. Come on up front so they can see. There you go.
You notice the mayor's playing dad tonight.
Yeah.
Alright, can everyone just in the front move a little bit this way? Alright. 1, 2, 3.
They Clover.
That's it. All right.
Mayor?
There's so much you gotta
heard Carolyn mention that there is a goal of starting a natural garden.
Yes.
They want to start a natural garden along the harbor. 50 years ago, my wife talked me into stop plowing down the North Beach, and the dunes were created. And it has become a great ecotourism center for the state. But for this garden, my wife today told me we're donating the first $500 to Audubon to start the project. There you go.
Thanks, man. And before they go, I especially like to highlight our young men and our young ladies. This is the news that I want people to print. These are the young ladies and young men doing great things in our community that sometimes is overshadowed by the negative. So I'm glad that all 4 of you young ladies are here tonight, and we want you to know we're very proud of you. Stay in focus, and this is the success will come, all right? All right, young ladies, thank you. And you have a treat. See what it looks like when you do right and you're blessed by God? Right there. Take care, everybody. Everyone, on the way out, there's a piping plover that's on the wall right outside. So as your way out, take a look at it.
Mayor, tomorrow at 10, we've got 2 school groups coming down to do a tour of the beach. Any of the aldermen or you that would like to join us, we'll give you an introduction to Waukegan Beach and 10 o'clock. Be there, be square.
All righty.
All right, your next proclamation, Mayor, National Safe Boating Week. And we're going to allow the room to clear out a little bit.
All right. All right, it's bedtime night. Kids, it's bedtime. Oh, goodness.
Okay, National Safe Boating Week is May 16th through the 22nd, 2026. Whereas recreational boating continues to grow as a popular way for millions of Americans to relax with their families and friends. And whereas increased public participation in this healthy outdoor sport has emphasized the need for greater attention and courtesy to safety, education, to minimize incidents which lead to boating mishaps. And whereas on average 650 people die each year in boating-related accidents in the U.S., with 75% of these fatalities caused by drowning. And whereas safety is essential for a full enjoyment of boating, and safe boating practices will result in the saving of many lives and the avoidance of injury and property damage. And whereas the vast majority of these accidents are caused by human error, poor judgment, and limited training, and not by boat, equipment, or environmental factors. And whereas a significant number of boaters who lose their lives by drowning each year would be alive today had they worn their life jackets. And whereas the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary Flotilla 41-05, Division 41, District 9 WR, which serves the Waukegan Harbor area, supports National Safe Boating Week in partnership with the United States Coast Guard and National Safe Boating Council, and provides boater safety education, which result in our waterways providing a relatively safe and almost accident-free environment. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that Mayor Sam Cunningham and the Waukegan City Council do hereby proclaim May 16th through the 22nd, 2026 as National Safe Boating Week in Waukegan, and the start of the year-round effect to promote safe boating, adopted this 18th day of May 2026.
Come on up, young man. Bob? All right, you're going to give us a little information about it, and then we'll present.
Absolutely. The U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary here in Waukegan is one of the very few facilities that we have in our district. We have a building there, we have a radio station, and we have patrol boats. We're assisting the Sheriff's Department, the Fire Department, Department of Natural Resources. In addition to that, we spend a lot of our efforts in terms of educating. Some of you may actually be aware that we had an incident already this evening. It was not a boating incident, but it's the waterfront. And I will add to that, the water is extremely cold right now still. It's in the 50s. It's lethal. So to the proclamation, every year we are seeing an increase in boating accidents. We're constantly inspecting vessels, recreational and commercial, to make sure that the boats are safe and boaters are aware of what the rules and regulations are. One of the biggest problems we have in the boating community is people will purchase a boat, they think it's turn the key, take off, there's no lines on the road, and forget all of the dangerous aspects of boating. It's supposed to be fun. We're trying to make it safe and fun.
I agree. The mere fact is, give it up. 650 lives that are lost. Thank you for your service, not only to Waukegan community, but I think it's to the almost the Lake Michigan region.
Yeah, we cover Kenosha to Wilmette.
Kenosha to Wilmette. That's a large, and that is Lake Michigan.
It is.
With that being said, on behalf of the mayor's office, our city clerk and treasurer, all of our aldermen and the great citizens of this community, and I would say throughout those other communities, we say thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you.
We have item 3. Item 3 is audience time. Mr. Clerk?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm waiting for the list here from Yoslin. Thank you. Everybody will have 3 minutes to speak. We'll ask that you state your name again for the record. I'm going to read the names and do my best, as legible as they are. Todd Johnson, Tiffany Verzani, Jeffrey Miltmore, and Sean White. Those are the first 4. We're going to ask you to state your name again, and then your 3 minutes will begin.
Thank you. My name is Todd Johnson. I'm here tonight because it seems that local politics have reached a crossroads in Waukegan. Too many of our elected officials, that's all of you, are more concerned about the who rather than the what. When the citizens of Waukegan elect you as aldermen, you have a moral obligation to do what is in the best interest of the city and its people. And too many times we are hearing about who does this and who does not do that. We need to stop focusing on who and begin focusing on the what. Residents do not care about who, rather we are deeply concerned about what our elected officials do in their roles as aldermen. We care about public safety, that our streets are maintained, that we have a strong fiscal budget, and long-term sustainability and growth of the town. We care that we can provide for our families, put food on the tables, and have a safe community for our children and families. We care what you men and women do up here, not who, or quite frankly, what administration is in place to do them. I have talked to many other residents who are very sick and tired of the vitriolic messaging and childish banter that goes on during these meetings and on social media. It is about time that all of you take your job seriously and start to do what is right for our citizens of Waukegan. I'm challenging all of you tonight to stop discussing the who and start focusing on what your constituents need and want for a safe and enjoyable place to live, a place that allows us to raise their families and create a better life for the next generation, like the kids we just saw up here this evening. It appears that there is more research being done by many of you about who contributed how much money to whose political campaigns, rather than focusing on what we need for the betterment of Waukegan. This includes all of our residents, our business community, and those that visit the city. We need legislators to be here and to be doing what is right for the community, not for the money, not for the power, nor for the notoriety, nor for any political perks, but instead for the satisfaction of a job well done in creating a wonderful place for all of us Waukeganites to live and raise our families. Thank you.
Thank you. Tiffany Varzati.
Well said.
Good evening. I'm Tiffany Verzani, the director of the Waukegan Public Library. On behalf of the Friends of the Waukegan Public Library, we would like to invite everyone to the library's summer book sale from May 29th through the 31st. Friday, May 29th is the Friends members only from 3 to 5:30 p.m. If you're not a member, it's easy. Just come to the door, pay your $10 membership fee, and you get the first look at the thousands of books, movies, and music that we have for all ages. The sale is then open to the general public on May 30th from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Sunday, May 31st from 1 to 4:30 p.m. So we hope to see you there. I'd also ask everybody to mark their calendars for May 30th from 2 to 3:30 p.m. The library is hosting a kickoff party for the Summer Library Club and Reading Challenge, and that event is sponsored by our Friends of the Library, and it will include refreshments, games, and an amazing bubble show by Twisty City. So I think if you want to get inside of a life-size human bubble, that's part of the show. So we hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Mr. Jeffrey Miltonmore.
My name is Jeffrey Miltonmore, and what I want to talk about is the solar program that is going on. And I applied for it, but was basically denied. And I called and talked to him about it because I qualify by income. But if I lived in zip code 85, I would qualify and get the discount on my bill. But because I live in 87, I have to have more qualifications. It kind of sounds like profiling. I have to have either Medicaid, Link, or SNAP for living in zip code 87. But if I live in 85, I don't need any of that, and I would get the discount. I don't know who made the decision to decide to divide the city by its zip code that way, because 87 definitely does have low-income housing, the gardens as they're known. So I don't understand why that happened the way it did, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention that if I just moved 2 blocks south where I'm at, I'd get it. And it just doesn't sound right, so thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Miltonmore. Sean White.
Hi, guys. My name is Sean White. Last time I was here, I was talking about the hospital. I sent out an email to most of you. Thank you, Alderman Florian, for responding. I wanted to make that point. I know it's not necessarily in your wheelhouse, but thank you for taking the time. But I did want to bring attention back to the towing situation, mainly because I was able to find some of these charges that were being charged to the city. Whereas before in the previous administration, these were about $185 a tow, whereas now they're ranging up to $300 a tow. Those same services are, costing us $300. And then for the larger vehicles, they were $225 for a tow, and now they're ranging up to $2,000 for some of these fire trucks, the street sweeping, any of these larger vehicles. And not only that, but they're being outsourced to outside of the city. I did have a reassuring conversation right before this with Alderman Felix, and it sounds like there is some movement on this to the point where at least there's going to be a discussion. I wanted to basically make sure that that does happen. I'm just by coming here and speaking. I was also able to find a contract or an agreement between a local tow company and the city of Gurnee. Basically, what it does is it establishes pre-approved rate sheets, clearly defines service expectations, ensures that all vendors operate under the same rules. There's consistent and fair pricing. It protects the city financially, which is my biggest concern. I'm worried about liability. If we get sued, our insurance company's going to end up paying that. That raises our premiums. Finally, there's a higher quality of service. Contractors are required to operate 24/7, typically within 15 to 30 minutes. Overall, it's a tightly controlled, performance-driven contract from what I've seen, designed to ensure fairness. Adopting this towing contract that everybody can get behind and be proud of is really good for everyone within the city. Good for everyone within the city, mainly because we're protecting our tax dollars. And that's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. White. The next 5 speakers, Lou Borden, Brother Blanks, Curia Lane, Esther Heron, and Keisha Adams. Again, Lou Borden, Brother Blanks, Curia Lane, Esther Heron.
My name is Lou Borden, and I'm here to talk about what happened to me on March 2nd, 2026. I go to pay my insurance at Freeway Insurance located at 701 Lewis Avenue in Waukegan. When I got there, each lady had their telephone up like they was speaking to someone, but they wasn't talking to anyone. I stayed there for like 25 minutes, and then I spoke up and said, you know, each time I come to pay my insurance, I have to wait 25 or 30 minutes. So the one with the big mouth, she said, you got to wait your turn. So I sit down. So I waited for about 30 minutes, and then she jumped up because I reached for one of her cards. She jumped up and grabbed the cards, and all the cards flew over the floor. So I reached and got one, but then I called the police. The officer that come, he came, and he was taking down the report, what I told him, because she pushed me out the door and she harked and spit in my face. She spit in my face, and then she spit all in my hair. So I had all this stuff all over me when the officer come. So when he wrote the report, he was writing what I was saying, but then when I went to the police department to pick up the report, nothing was there that I said. It was all what she had said, and she didn't tell the truth, because she was on one side of the desk, I was on the other side. So then I told him that I would like to have her arrested because she harked and spit all over me. And he said, well, if I take her to jail, I have to take you. I said, I did nothing to her because she was on one side of her desk and I was on the other one. Oh, well, she said you scratched her, but I never touched the lady. I would never know what close to her. So I'm speaking of this because I don't want this to never happen to anyone else. And I even wrote the corporate office and I told them about it. She's still working there. Right now, she's still working there. But I don't want this to happen to somebody else because I was like a humble person. I didn't touch her, but it's not going to be that way with somebody else, like that. So I don't really know how they would let somebody represent them like that. Because the agent's going to hark and spit in your face. That's really ridiculous.
Thank you. Brother Blanks?
Just stand back. Just point it towards me. The other way. All right. Brother Blanks, founding chief president of Black Abolition Movement for the Mind. Mayor, I spent the first 30 years of our organization confronting issues like Ms. Boyden here and challenging and fighting against issues that robbed our community of some opportunities, particularly the first ward. And that was the first 30 years. But I'm thinking this next 30 years, or this second trimester of our organization, how do I go forward at this particular point to build some stronger unity in our community? In doing that, that means I'm gonna have to sit down with some people I haven't sat down with in a long time, go into some spaces and places that I haven't been in a while. And that means I have to set myself to the side, because really when we look at Donald Trump, he's really just a chunk of our troubles. Our problem, and I think we all identified, is that we are not collective and unified on issues. So I want to set myself to the side and see what I can do to sit down with some people I haven't sat down with in a long time, and particularly since the $500 impoundment is what brought me here. Some of the first people I'd like to sit down with together, and that would be Mr. Ron Rogers of Lake County Towing and Mr. Sam Cunningham. And in the best interest of our community, I've set myself to the side. So how do I go forward right now to see what we can do to make sure that the issues of the $500 impoundment or the towing is addressed? So in the issues in the area of solution, that's what I'm looking for. So those are the first two people I like to sit down with, and I'm looking at going into some other places and spaces that people I haven't worked with before, to build a more stronger unity in our community, because surely this thing with Trump has its place and its purpose. Surely it teaches us some things of what we need to do to challenge people like him. Because if China, Russia, and North Korea can put themselves to the side in the best interest of their countries, I think that shows us that in order to deal with issues like that, we have to set ourselves aside, to do what is in the best interest of our community. And so that means I'm spending my next 30 years to meet in some places and some spaces and to sit down with some people I haven't sat down with. And I'll be calling and get in touch with Mr. Cunningham as well as
Thank you, Mr.
Rogers,
Blanks.
that part.
Thank you, Mr. Blanks. Kyria Lane.
First, I want to thank you to those of you who came to the Let's Talk About Data Centers workshop. I really appreciate you showing up. It means a whole lot. And thank you, Mr. Mayor, for mentioning that you affirmed and heard us in the last meeting. My name is Kyria Lane. I am the community organizer with Clean Power Lake County. We're an environmental justice organization based here in Waukegan. We believe that no community should have to bear the disproportionate burden of pollution. And as we are working to make this more of a reality, we are keeping a close eye on the Waukegan National Airport, their safety improvement project. I'm here today to urge our city leadership and Waukegan community to oppose the proposed runway project at Waukegan National Airport. While proponents often point to the airport as an economic driver, we cannot ignore the real environmental and health costs moving the runway will inflict on our local neighborhoods. The current plan threatens to cut down or severely damage up to 800 trees, including ancient oaks. These trees act as vital natural air filters for our neighborhoods, which are already heavily burdened by pollution. Removing them will release an estimated 20 tons of stored carbon dioxide into our air. Furthermore, there are serious concerns about the integrity of the environmental studies. This project threatens habitats for endangered species, like the rusty-patched bumblebee, and threatens to slice through precious public land, like in the Waukegan Savannah. As members of this community, I would urge you to attend upcoming Forest Preserve meetings on June 1st and June 10th to voice your concerns during the public comment period. And if you cannot attend these meetings, please send me your comments and I will share them on your behalf. You can email me at info@cleanpowerlc.org. And because I have a few moments, I want to say that I will always translate myself into Spanish because part of what we believe in is language equity. And so as much as it may bother some, it is really important for the entire community to be able to understand what I'm communicating. So thank you for understanding. I'm going to start translating. Hola, mi nombre es Kira Lane. Soy la organizadora comunitaria de Clean Power Lake County, una organización de justicia ambiental aquí en Waukegan. Creemos que ninguna comunidad debería soportar la carga desproporcionada de la contaminación. Mientras trabajamos para hacer que esto sea una realidad, seguimos de cerca el proyecto de mejora de la seguridad del Aeropuerto Nacional de Waukegan. Estoy aquí hoy para insistir a los líderes de nuestra ciudad y la comunidad de Waukegan a oponerse al proyecto de pista propuesto en el Aeropuerto Nacional de Waukegan. Aunque quienes lo apoyan suelen señalar al aeropuerto como un motor económico, no podemos ignorar los costos reales ambientales y de salud que mover la pista causará a nuestros vecindarios locales. El plan actual amenaza con talar o dañar gravemente hasta 800 árboles, incluidos robles milenarios. Estos árboles actúan como filtros de aire naturales vitales para nuestros vecindarios, que ya están muy afectados por la contaminación. Eliminarlos liberará un estimado de 20 toneladas de dióxido de carbono a nuestro aire. Además, existen graves preocupaciones sobre la integridad de los estudios ambientales. Este proyecto amenaza los hábitats de especies en peligro de extinción y amenaza con dividir tierras públicas preciosas en la sabana de Waukegan. Como miembros de esta comunidad, los insisto a asistir a las próximas reuniones de la Reserva Forestal el 1 y el 10 de junio para expresar sus preocupaciones durante el tiempo de comentarios públicos. Si no puedes asistir a estas reuniones, envíame sus comentarios y los compartiré en su nombre. Puedes enviarme un correo electrónico a info@cleanpowerlc.org.
Gracias. The next speaker is Esther Heron.
Good evening. Promoting judicial facilities as key civic employers, not just detention centers, transform them into economic drivers. Waukegan is the Lake County seat, but it should be his heart. Also, the jail and courthouse stand as powerhouses dominating the skyline. They freeze at dusk. Thousands arrive daily, but their spending power travels right back home. By unifying legal affairs, law enforcement, and public entities into a vibrant legal and civic district, transient professionals will be transformed into neighbors. The legal and civic district provides a branding horizon, giving every neighborhood a unique identity. Transforming downtown Waukegan from a stopover into a destination requires 4 key pillars: government, investor developers, and the community. From my perspective as a foreign licensed architect, the government role has 2 phases. Phase 1, the beta pulse. First, pilot low-cost reversible projects like outdoor dining with colorful awnings, artistic landscaping, urban oasis, and chromatic utility art before concrete is poured. This builds momentum and tests the concept with minimal financial risk. Phase 2, civil core built to last. Envision arcaded promenades merging indoor spaces with vibrant outdoor life. Revitalize blank walls with public art to spark 24-hour dynamism. Swap barbed wire fences for lush greenery, fostering community synergy. Envision active storefronts topped with upscale apartments. Enhance facade with glass, brick, and modern openings, respecting our history. Repurpose dormant footprints into vibrant pocket parks and urban nooks. Link the downtown with the harbor front with the landmark Gateway Green Bridge. Transform empty lots into lively hubs for playgrounds, fitness, festival, and food trucks. Establish advanced AI-powered public safety monitoring. This vision will transform Waukegan hidden potential into a magnetic destination. We have been talking about this vision for so long, and every delayed day has a high cost. This plan requires persistence. Every marathon begins with one single step. Let's take this first step today. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Ms. Herron. The last three, Keisha Adams, Rayon Edwards, and Margaret Carrasco. Again, Keisha Adams, Rayon Edwards, Margaret Carrasco. You have 3 minutes. I have Ms. Carrasco on the bottom of the list.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ms. Keisha.
Keisha Adams here. Good evening, Council. I'm here to represent African American Museum at the England Manor. I'd like to personally invite you to the Master Garden Community Garden Planning Event, Garden Dedication, May the 20th at between 11 and 1 at 503 Genesee Street in Waukegan, Illinois, 600085. So please, y'all all welcome. All welcome to the event.
Thank you, Ms. Adams. Rayon Edwards.
Good evening. I'm going to FOIA that list because I would like to see that too. I want to talk to you aldermen real quick about when we have events downtown Waukegan. I came down here to inquire about the fines and things like that. And for the scoop the loop, a business don't have to pay a vendor fee. And we should not, a downtown business that is already paying rent should not have to pay these $250 vendor fees to do nothing down there. And when we're setting up down there, if you got a restaurant down there, we should not be setting somebody up in front of them that serves food, y'all. We killing the businesses that's down there who's already paying rent and already paying high taxes. So let me get to this towing thing, because at the last meeting, Sam, you said that the city don't make no money off the towing. And for the first time in a long time, sir, you actually told the truth. The city don't get no money, not a dollar. But you do. And the fact, and you know what kills me is, I grew up in the same neighborhood with you. You've been knowing me for 48 years of my life. So that means we know the same people. We grew up around the same people. And I thought you would be smart enough to know that you don't talk to the people that know me too. You burn yourself. You tell us what we want to hear when it sounds good, when you need us. That's when we're important. That's when we matter. You go look at the thing, you got everybody on here doing these lives. You got the Lake County News putting up these articles about the towing. Let's talk about it. Where's the proof that we know what the towing was when you was mayor the first time, when Ann was the mayor, and when you is now? And even with the thing that everybody's saying that the city, the towing companies were sued with the $500, we need to do our research. The towing companies wasn't sued. The city was sued. And Lake County Towing wasn't even a towing company then. Motley wasn't even the mayor. As I did my research, Howard was sitting in that seat. And the reason why we implemented that was Tempest that pushed for it. And it was almost unanimously voted on by this council. Records gave you almost $16,000+ for this campaign. And so although the who and the what doesn't matter, you're absolutely right. But when we're giving out these $1 million contracts, the who absolutely matter. Because money changes minds. And so if ain't nobody making no money, and everything was be doing legit and legally, there would not be no fight for no RFP. And lastly, you aldermen, I have in my inbox, and I can show any of y'all, the community member was in the barbershop, and Mosio called y'all some dumbasses in a committee meeting. He needs to be
Thank you,
fired.
Mr. Edwards. Margaret Carrasco.
He needs to be fired.
First of all, save the trees. I'm with you 100%. Next thing, I personally know both owners, Ron and from both towing companies. They are both outstanding businessmen in the community. And I really would, and I know we can have resolution. I don't want to hear people are fed up with negativity on this issue, please. Tonight, I want to share with the residents of Waukegan 3 secrets, okay? Just promise not to say anything. First, our mayor, Sam Cunningham, is a basketball player, okay? He's not a soccer player. Nonetheless, he accepted to be a goalie to kick off Waukegan's soccer season. This weekend, Waukegan has the most soccer players in all of Lake County. Well, the mayor surprised us by blocking 3 times that soccer ball. But what we didn't expect was right before that soccer ball came torpedoing towards him, he yells out, "I'm a married man." Yes, Waukegan, that's right. Our mayor eloped on us. Congratulations to you and to Denise on your wedding, okay, on your marriage. Next, I have a question, on a serious note, I have a question for human resources. Why, and the community is asking, why has Susanna Figueroa, the Director of Business Licensing, not returned to her position? We currently have a lot of mistakes going on in the licensing department. Businesses are losing a lot of money. They paid their license and machines were turned off, et cetera, liquor license, et cetera. All charges, for people who don't know, all charges were dismissed. I repeat, dismissed against Susanna Figueroa. She was illegally let go with no pay. You're innocent till proven guilty to the United States of America. It was, if she's not going to, and with no pay, if she's not going to be reinstated in her job, well then, folks, an innocent person not reinstated at her job, well then maybe I need to start exposing, and we need to start firing all the people with criminal felony record and are working for the city of Waukegan right now. What's right, what's good for the duck is good for the goose. I'm sorry, it's wrong, and it needs to be rectified. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. That concludes your audience time.
Item 4. Consent agenda. Under consent agenda, items under consent agenda are considered routine and or non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. If any one board member wishes to have a separate vote on any item, it will be pulled from the consent agenda and voted on separately. 4A, motion to approve regular meeting minutes from Monday, May 4th, 2026. 4B, resolution approving the release of minutes of certain closed executive session meetings of the City Council and authorizing the destruction of certain verbatim recordings. Item 4C, motion to approve and ratify regular payroll dated May 15, 2026, in a total amount of $2,116,577.10. 4D, motion to approve and ratify miscellaneous payroll dated May 15, 2026, in an amount of $485,324.69. 4E, motion to approve vendor payments dated May 18, 2026, totaling in an amount of $5,241,531.58. Resolution approving the City of Waukegan to enter into a joint use agreement with ComEd and expand the use of ComEd's AMI mesh networks to collect water usage information from the water meters of customer residents, and upon approval will be in effect from June 2026 to 2041 in a total of 15 years. 4G, resolution approving change order number 1 and to the master task order with the Deegan Group from Brownfield Cleanup Environmental Services at 200 East Seahorse Drive in the amount of $129,000. 4H, resolution approving the settlement and release of all claims from the Waukegan Fire Department and employee workers' compensation claims for an amount not to exceed $70,700.72. For I, resolution approving the settlement and release of all claims for the Waukegan Police Department employee workers' compensation claim for an amount not to exceed $42,882.72. Any questions to the motion? Motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Guzman. Now question to the motion. Roll call, please.
Alderman Donilworth. Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion passed and carried. Item 5A, monthly treasurer's report. Dr. John R. Schwab, treasurer.
Thank you, Mayor. I've passed out the April monthly treasury report to all the aldermen. I've filed that with our city clerk, Janet Kelly. And if it isn't, it already very shortly will be on the city's website. So anybody that wants to take a look at all the financials of the city. So ends my report, Mayor.
Thank you, Dr. Schwab.
Question.
Question, Alderman Guzman.
Push tax, how are we doing on that?
Well, the push tax will be with legal. I don't know if we have any information today, but I can get some information for you where we're at.
I like asking every single month about this.
I
when
know.
this report comes
It's
out.
going to be a long, so we were the first, as you know.
Yes.
Others have joined in. I know IML is joining in, so it's going to be a while, but we'll try to get something, see what we have.
Okay,
All right,
sounds
no
good.
problem.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Okay. All right, no problem. All right, motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Martinez. Resolution approving the award of fiscal 2027 road program to Peter Baker and Son for not to exceed amount of $6,341,341.77. Any questions to the motion? Alderman Florian.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm not on the Public Works Committee, so I was not able to ask any questions about this earlier. I'm just concerned about the fact that we have not passed the budget, and then now we're planning to spend over $6 million of money that hasn't been technically budgeted for. And I thought I understood previously that when we were in this in-between period where we extended the time where we can approve the budget, that like only certain expenditures could be, like payroll and things that had to be paid. So I don't want to hold this up because it's construction season and I know how this rolls, but I just like kind of an explanation of the legalities of us passing this $6 million expenditure when we haven't put a budget forward yet.
Just legally, I'm pretty sure we can get that answer for you, but we're not going to be expensing these, as you said, just getting them past this hoop of passing it, and this expenditure will not happen till after the budget is passed. That I can assure you.
Okay.
And that's for all items 1 through D. But to your point, this is construction season, just letting them individuals get themselves ready because we want to move. Right now, we're working on finishing up fiscal 2026, but streets with that money there. So they're busy right now, just don't want to stop them until certainly none of this is going to be expended to after the budget is passed. We do know that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. That's what it is legally. You want to answer? I think I might have answered that. I might have did that legally.
You did, Mayor.
Okay, correct. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Donilworth.
Aye.
Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Guzman.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Item B, resolution approving construction engineering services for fiscal 2027 road program from Gannard Hamilton and Associates, Inc., not for an amount not to exceed $281,760. Any questions to the motion?
I make the motion.
Motion by Alderman Turner, second by Alderman Bolton. Any roll call, please?
Alderman Donilworth?
Aye.
Florian?
Aye.
Hayes?
Aye.
Bolton?
Aye.
Guzman?
Aye.
Martinez?
Aye.
Felix?
Aye.
Newsome?
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion passed and carried. Item C, resolution approving award of the 10th Street Sheridan and Western resurfacing project to Schroeder Asphalt for not to exceed the amount of $2,755,463.75. Motion by
move.
Alderman Guzman, second by Alderman Hayes. Any other questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Donilworth?
Aye.
Florian?
Aye.
Hayes?
Aye.
Bolton?
Aye.
Guzman?
Aye.
Martinez?
Aye.
Felix?
Aye.
Newsome?
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Motion passed, Mayor.
Item 7D, resolution approving construction engineering services for 10th Street Sheridan and Western resurfacing project from Baxter and Woodman for not to exceed amount of $296,580.
I so move.
Motion by Alderman Guzman, second by Alderman Hayes. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Donilworth?
Aye.
Florian?
Aye.
Hayes? Bolton?
Aye. Aye.
Guzman?
Aye.
Martinez?
Aye.
Felix?
Aye.
Newsome?
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Motion passed, Mayor.
Motion passed and carried. Items 8, there being none. Items 9, closing items. Mr. Clerk.
Thank you. Alderman Donilworth.
Yeah, thank you very much. Also want to congratulate Public Works on their Appreciation Week. These guys put in so much time, and they're out there, and just like everyone's explained, and I've seen them on TV today also talking about it, and the response time is phenomenal. I don't think there's another city in Waukegan that has the Public Works Department like we have here. It's just amazing, and everyone out there is just fantastic. I was out there the other day and speaking with them and talking to the people in the office, and had a couple other things going in out there, and everybody was so helpful. Had a couple problems that some people had. I was able to talk face-to-face to some of the employees there, and they were very courteous and kind, and I talked to them, and they were able to get a hold of these people right off the bat. They had some problems getting a hold of them with some questions, so we were able to answer the questions, and I think they took care of them, a couple of them today. Again, like I want to say, all the city employees are fantastic. When I'm in here and running around and talking to them, they're all just great. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Donilworth. Alderman Florian.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. I wanted to bring up a couple things. I think we all remember when the factory blew up in Waukegan. It was about 7 years ago this month. That's in my ward. And that business chose to stay and rebuild in Waukegan, which is what we try to encourage. And just a little east of them is where those of us that have been around long enough remember Solo Cup was there for Cherry Electric, and that's now Brock Foods, which is an award-winning company. They make spices that get sent all over the world. It's really kind of amazing. But somehow when their addition was put on, which is huge, by the way, it's now created flooding issues for AB Silicone. I am not an engineer, but Brock Foods is up here, AB Silicone is down here, water tends to go downhill. I'm trying to prevent these two businesses from having a lawsuit against each other. I don't know what happened with the engineering when this was all approved. I keep getting kind of, I'm going to say the runaround about it. I know part of the problem is we lost our engineer who was here when this was all done. So I'm begging someone to please let me know what is going on, what happened, what we can do to help mitigate this situation. AB Silicone is at their wits' end because of this flooding. So I'm putting that out there. So hopefully someone from engineering or someone will help me navigate this problem, and we can maybe get a solution that doesn't involve them having to sue each other. The second thing, the Lake County Health Department on Thursday held a listening session that was about health care. They were asking people about their access to primary care, specialty care, emergency care, and things that they avoid. There was a couple of us there at the meeting. There was a lot of information shared about how difficult it is to access care, especially specialty care, and of course the hospital came up. The Illinois Department of Public Health told us at that meeting that although they issue licenses to hospitals, they don't ever take them away. So no matter how bad the care gets, apparently they get to keep their license. And I just think that's insane. You know, that'd be like saying you can get a driver's license and never have it taken away, no matter what you do. So I think we need to pressure our state legislators to change that. I think there needs to be some accountability on the health care that's provided, especially in a community like ours that's an environmental justice community, a minority community. I mean, the largest community in the county. I can go on and on. I was shocked to learn that. I've really been involved in this whole process since the for-profit situation has come to light with the hospital in the last 2-3 years. But it was shocking to learn that I kind of felt there was some kind of accountability by the state, but apparently there's not. So I think we need to do something to change that. One of the speakers from Clean Power mentioned the airport project, the runway replacement. There is going to be a meeting this Wednesday at 4 p.m. at the airport. They are going to give an update on the project and the effect on the Lake County Forest Preserve. They're expecting a crowd, so they've got a large room. It's Wednesday at 4 p.m. The address is 2601 Plain Rest Drive. As you come in the airport, off Macquarie, the north end of Macquarie, it kind of curves around and there's a veterans plaza type thing, and it's the building right there to the left. There's not a whole lot of parking in front of the building, so you may have to park across the street. I unfortunately can't be there. I'm going to be out of town, but I encourage anyone who's interested in this project to attend that meeting and hear firsthand from the people at the airport what the project entails. I want to sincerely thank Alderman Turner for suggesting the tour of the recycling facility. If you haven't done it, you should go. It's really fascinating. It's dirty, it's smelly. I'm going to warn you. It's not quite as bad as a landfill, but prepare yourself. But anyway, we toured it last Thursday, a group of us, and I believe our fabulous PR department is going to work on putting together a video about what we experienced. And they don't actually recycle anything there. They sort and package it. So they can get a whole bale full of, say, cans or cardboard or paper or laundry detergent bottles, whatever. They call them bales, and they're sometimes a couple thousand pounds of whatever product they've sorted out. The whole facility, it's a huge warehouse, and it runs with 8 people. It's kind of amazing. They use a lot of technology. Basically, the idea is they bring everything up high, and because some things are heavier, like glass, it falls faster than, say, paper. So gravity helps them sort the stuff out as the process goes through. There is literally a conveyor belt there where people are sorting. But not much of that. It's mostly technology. So anyway, we're going to put together a video. One of the take-homes from the whole process was plastic bags are not recyclable. So I'm hoping that we can eventually get together up here and figure out a way to ban plastic bags. I see Clean Power shaking their head out there. Thank you for the support on that. So I look forward to that video maybe in the next meeting or the meeting after. AAUW is a little nursery school in my ward. I don't know if any of you have been there. It's a little gem. It's been there for 50 years. They had their carnival. I heard the mayor was there and I missed him, but they had their carnival on Sunday. It's a little fundraiser they have. They had a petting zoo and horseback rides, little pony rides. It was really great. The kids had a great time. The weather cooperated with them, and it was just a really successful event. They had a great time. Lastly, I'm not going to belabor this. I am going to talk a little bit about the towing. I thank Mr. Wright for coming up and talking about the contract. I have a copy of the Gurney contract right here. And as he said, some of the issues in here are stuff we should be caring about. The facilities must be open and staffed Monday through Friday, Saturdays, so people can pick up their car. My friend who got in an accident on a Friday couldn't pick her car up till Monday. They charged her $600. I mean, she was just unlucky to get in an accident on a Friday and not be able to pick her car up till Monday. With this contract, they would have had to been open on Saturday so she could go the next day and get it. The drivers must have 1 year of experience. The contractor should be responsible for the security and storage of all vehicles. So on and on. Anyway, it's a tradition, it's a typical contract. If you Google what are the parameters of a towing contract for a municipality, these are the things that come up. It's just, that's what municipalities do. So this is not about me, it's not about the mayor, it's not about Ron Rogers, it's about the city and what's appropriate for our residents. We want what is transparent, fair, the pricing, all of that. Alderman Hayes and I had a meeting a week ago or so, and we met with Attorney Castaldo and discussed the contract, and we talked about the concerns with donations. I know that Mr. Johnson brought that up, and I suggested that, we should do something like some of the municipalities do where you limit the amount of donations. That's actually in the Gurney contract, by the way. They can only donate $1,000, I think it is, to a campaign. And if they do any favors for any elected officials, it's cause for dismissal. So it just kind of clears the air and removes any doubt that there's favors happening, I guess you would say. And when I suggested that, the attorney said, well, we should just do that with all of I said, I agree. Any donations made to the city by businesses that do business with the city should be limited to remove the conversations about what's going on. And he said he thought we should review our ethics policies in general. So I agreed, of course. So hopefully we can get this done, and we can also look at our ethical policies overall and get that changed. So, okay, sorry, I went on long enough. Thank you, good night.
Thank you, Alderman Florian. Alderman Hayes.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. Okay, a couple of items. First of all, the budget, as Alderwoman Florian said, and many of you saw, we received the binders tonight, and it was passed out of committee. I understand why it was passed out of committee, but this is an insanely dense document. And it's difficult to really dig into it and ask, let me put it this way. If it takes months to prepare, it doesn't seem quite right that the alderpersons maybe get 2 weeks to fully evaluate what's in it and ask the questions and ask follow-up questions. So thank you for giving it to us. I know it'll be up on the next agenda. I would encourage everyone to just have their questions ready. Sometimes it's hard to even know where to start and what to ask. There's a couple things that jump out at me, one of which has been a concern for a while, which is the head count of city employees. We had 470 as in 2022. It's proposed we go to 543 in 2027. That's adding 14 full-time and 18 part-time employees. The number that's given for full-time employees is $936,000 and change is their salary. I don't know that we're accounting for benefits, union costs, or any other costs that might be built into that. So these are all factors we have to consider. And if you do factor in those numbers, it is a large multiple of that almost $1 million in change there. Another item that jumped out at me was $185,000 for other professional services under the alderperson's budget. I'm not sure why that's there. I will certainly ask or consider this my question, but I'm not sure. It was there last year. I don't think it needs to be there. I'm not sure what it's for. So the point is this, it's a difficult document to digest. If the public has questions about it, it is available to you. Ask. There's a pretty good chance one of us might not be asking that question, so I would welcome any questions. I'm sure your questions would help me, or help educate me about what's in here as well. And then throughout the year, we kind of live and die by this document. If we don't approve something, then we don't have the funds set aside to be able to do it. So we're kind of forecasting what we plan to do. But we have to be very judicious about how we do it. Our expenses are increasing significantly, and our revenues will not match that. We have not raised property taxes in a long time. I don't want to encourage anyone to raise property taxes, but it's difficult when you start to do the math to see where things are headed in the near future. So that's one thing. Towing, Alderwoman Florian brought it up, had a really productive meeting with Corporation Counsel, and I'll just give you a timeline for what our plan is. Alderwoman Florian went through a lot of the criteria. We don't have to reinvent the wheel here. There are actually plenty of documents out there that discuss what an RFP or RFQ for this process looks like and how to go about that. I have found some of them and have done some independent research, and it balls in my court to send that to Corporation Counsel for some suggestions. The idea is, if we're advocating for transparency in the towing contracts, to have transparency in how we go about issuing that RFP and the criteria behind it, and the entire process is open for everyone to see how the sausage is made, so to speak. So what the plan is to get all of the alderpersons kind of the playbook for the RFP, have everybody weigh in, but kind of move it through in a way that we have it on the next agenda in a committee meeting for everybody to discuss, but so that everybody has it ahead of time. And then anybody can ask questions. You can call me. I welcome any suggestions. And then hopefully have it up for a vote within about a month, how we go about that process. It could very easily wind up that we have the exact same towing contractors that we have now, but we will know how we got there. It was explained to me earlier that we will show our work. It was in a different context, but it makes perfect sense. When I help my daughter with her math homework, she has to show her work. That's, if we can show everybody how we got to the conclusion, I think it's better for everybody involved. So that's towing. Grants. It's been a while since I brought this up. I know we don't have a head grant writer, and it seems that word decentralized was used earlier when I was asking about this, and different department heads are in charge of their own grants. I would just like to have a clear understanding of what grants are out there, what grants we are applying for, the status of those pending applications, if we were awarded a grant or if we weren't, and if we weren't, why. While federal funding may be drying up for certain communities, it's still available. I want to know what we're doing to try to get federal tax dollars or state tax dollars that are out there to help us. We've relied on them in the past. I believe we should have a grant writer for the city, somebody who is in charge of that, and everything flows through that grant writer. That just seems like a more centralized and obvious approach. So I would encourage that, but if we can't have that, at least a report as to where all the grants currently stand. I believe with the end of the fiscal year, I could be wrong about this, but that number of licenses may have expired or were up for or application or renewal. If there are liquor licenses that expired, I'd be curious to know which ones, and if they were not renewed or applications had not been submitted timely. I guess my gut reaction to that is if you can't submit your liquor application on time, I'm not sure you're qualified to sell alcohol. So I would just like to know how many liquor licenses we have out there and how many people were delayed in or late in submitting their renewals. And I'm not entirely sure they should be renewed if that is in fact the case. If the error is on our end, then that's a different story. So curious to know where that stands. I think that's all I have for tonight. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to those of you that came to audience time. And it is not lost on me that we were told to stop our childish banter. You're right. You're right. It's not productive. It's not moving the city forward, and we can be better. Thanks.
Thank you, Alderman Hayes. Alderman Bolton.
Yes, I want to thank our staff and all our departments for the hard work that you do. And also want to thank our faith-based community for their time and dedication that they give our invocation and supporting our city of Waukegan. And also want to say condolences to those that have lost their loved ones. Just want to call the Strutter family and all those that have lost their loved ones, especially the young man that passed today at our lakefront. Also want to announce that we're going to have a intergovernmental committee luncheon, which is hosted by our Waukegan Public Library at 128 North County. And that will be on May 26th. Time will be from 11:30 till 1. The objective of this meeting is to determine where the city of Waukegan and your government can improve our collaboration and partnership. And once again, that will be May 26th, starting at 11:30. And I want to say happy birthday, I believe it's to Pastor Caples, who is 70 years old. I attended their event on yesterday. And the reason I'm mentioning that congregation is because they do a great deal of community service. So once again, happy birthday. God bless. That's all I have.
Thank you, Alderman Bolton. Alderman Guzman.
Good evening, all. Good evening to the second ward also. Okay, I want to start off with a few things. I want to start off with 250 years of the United States birthday, and I don't see anything promoting it. I don't see anything across the city. I don't see U.S. flags everywhere. I need to know what is the issue, what is the problem, why isn't this city covered in patriotic 250 years of liberty and the pursuit of happiness? What's going on? What do we need to do to move this forward? Banners, we need more. The city is not covered. Do we need to put money aside, or what's going on? Please, Chief of Staff, whoever is in charge of this, promotional, anybody, go up there, please. I need to know what's going on.
Alderman, now that you brought it up, typically you wait for the federal government, the state, and they come with kind of direction of where they want to go. But let us reach out to them and see what they're doing, so we're consistent with this celebration. We were focused basically on the city of Waukegan's birth, but not this bill.
We don't even do that. I don't see any signs for the city of Waukegan.
Sir.
It's 250 years. This is something important.
I get it, Alderman.
I'm very patriotic.
I'm very patriotic, too.
It doesn't seem like it because I don't see anything anywhere.
All right, we'll get it done, Alderman.
All right, thank you. I would really appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
Especially before July. It's very upsetting to me. All right, sorry about that. Just another thing, I want to know, I'm not sure if this corporation council can help us out, if now we have to wait to the next corporation council. What can we do about the homes in Waukegan? I think I at least 5 to 10 phone calls a day about selling my house. I mean, are we going to be a city of renters? Or what? I mean, how can we slow this down, or how can prevent, because we want people to come to the city of Waukegan to be actually owners, live here, and raise their kids and everything, but actually be owners of homes, not a corporation or some rich guy that comes buys everything up. I mean, it's kind of getting ridiculous. How many people are selling? I mean, I understand the money's good, but still, you're in a hometown city that we want people to stay here and live here. We don't all want to be renters. So what can we do to slow this down, or even come to a complete halt at a point? Or what can be done?
Alderman, are you asking us to
Yes.
stop people?
No, I'm asking what can be done. What can be done to slow this down, or what can be done to halt this, or what is the solution of this to keep this a hometown city and not just a corporation-owned city?
It might be a bigger answer than we can respond to
Okay,
tonight.
I will reach out.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, because I get those phone calls a lot. I'm sure everybody does.
All right, no problem. Well, we'll
No
certainly
worries.
investigate.
Okay. Next thing, they mentioned about the airport expansion. I truly believe that everybody should show up to the Forest Preserve on June 1st and the 10th, not only for the environmental purpose. The bonds that are being issued, I understand that are backed by the Waukegan taxpayer. So if those runways get built and expansion happens, and one way or another something happens that they don't bring enough revenue in, my understanding is that Waukegan taxpayers holds the burden on this. And whichever way they look at it, it could go on their levy on their property taxes, and we'll be stuck with the bill. If that's the case, everybody should vote no, or talk to their county official and vote no for it. I am not paying for a private airplane or wealthy people to come in here and think they're going to take over. And I as a taxpayer is liable because they're not bringing enough money in. So please go out there on June 1st and 10th. Very important also, the environmental. It is very important. Okay, so there's two things to incentivize you to go over there and ask questions and find out what's going on. Not only the environmental, but it could come out of your pocket one day if it doesn't happen. Okay? Okay. Next, police station. Okay, it's still held up. We haven't done anything, but we need to move this forward. With the new Fed chair coming in and the president's notion to the new Fed chair coming in is to bring the interest rates of the bonds down. So I know some people were talking about price and everything and then bonding. A lot of people don't like bonding. But rates right now, my understanding is between 3.50 and 4.25%, which is quite a bit. But if they do what they say they're going to do, and it goes from between 0 and 1.5%, I mean, that's like almost buying ass cash. So we must get this done as quickly as possible. Not only the bond rate, when it drops, we have to be ready to build. Look at the police station, a fire station. I mean, they deserve it. And I think we should, in 2 weeks, we should go back there and discuss some more on what is the next steps to move forward, where this police station or future fire station should be at. Okay. So do I have to put a motion in, or, okay, so we can move this forward? Because this is the only way. These guys deserve one. It should have been done 15 years ago, when it would have cost us half or even 3/4 of what it's going to cost now. But if we're right there and we hit the market like it's supposed to hit, nobody's guaranteed nothing, but if we do, it could be almost same as cash. Okay. Next, okay, so we basically started, I'm a little late because I was out for a couple of city council meetings, but this is basically starting our 4th year and the ending of our term. Oh, okay, sorry. So the ending of our term. In that time, what has been accomplished in the 2nd Ward, I'm very pleased to say, I mean, tonight alone, we're going to be moving forward with 10th Street and Keller. And I don't know if you guys know this, besides Washington, those are one of the main roads of the 2nd Ward. I mean, these roads were needed. They hadn't been done in 20, 30 years. Horrible condition. Remember Washington? You couldn't even ride on the slow lane. But it's perfectly great. That's the same thing, 10th Street. Horrible, horrible conditions that should have been done years and years and years ago. Keller, the same way. You got church there that thousands of people go into on a weekly basis, and different services that are there. And that road is finally going to get done after, I mean, tons and tons of years that it's going. So I'm very happy that that's getting done and it's moving forward. Okay. The hospital was mentioned again, and I said last time, I think it should be a community hospital. I actually looked up in the state, looked up how many hospitals are owned by the state of Illinois, in the state of Illinois. It's actually only one. There's about 7 or 8 mental hospitals, but only one ER hospital is in the state of Illinois. The rest are owned by either the county or some few municipality-owned hospitals, which we all know is probably the city of Chicago are the only ones that could actually afford it. But I truly believe it should be the burden of the hospital should go to Lake County, since they have the health department, they have doctors there either way. They're very easily able to convert themselves into a hospital if they really looked into it, and I think that's where the path that should be taken, and take over from everything. Management gone, executives gone, and move it all over to the county, and then go from there. And I think that's about it. I want to thank everybody. God bless the city of Waukegan, the great state of Illinois, and the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Guzman. Alderman Martinez.
All right, thank you, Deputy Clerk and also Council. First, I'd like to extend my gratitude to Pastor Charles Ivy for his delivering a thoughtful and inspiring invocation, which was not only moving, but it was also insightful. Next, the Third Ward resident meeting. I extend an invitation to all our Third Ward residents to attend our upcoming ward meeting scheduled for Saturday, the 27th of June from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. This meeting location will be at the Brookside High School campus located at 2325 Brookside Avenue in the school's cafeteria. There will be signs guiding you to the location of the cafeteria. Again, I know some people had problems finding it last year. Hopefully this will alleviate that. Please enter through the front entrance, which is entrance 11. In attendance will be a panelist of different city department heads to present any questions you may have. As per tradition, I will be recognizing an individual and a business in the Third Ward who have demonstrated exceptional commitment to empowering and bettering not only our ward, but our community. I am pleased to announce our recipients for this year will be Ms. Cynthia Harris, founder of Employee Connections. She will be honored, as well as Nina Davis, owner of Gertie's Popcorn, for Business of the Year in the 3rd Ward. Both have inspired and continue to work tirelessly to cultivate compassion, commitment, and pride in empowering our youth. Please join me in honoring these two extraordinary individuals. There also will be refreshments served and also a sweets tables for your enjoyment. Next, I would like to extend my gratitude to Public Works and also congratulations on the Public Works month for the completion of the road programs in our ward, especially on Baldwin Avenue, Brookside Avenue, and Lewis Avenue. These are just to name a few. These roads have or will be successfully completed. I have received nothing but positive feedback from the residents at those streets. If we can just take care of the speeding, we'll be fine. The roads slated for improvement in 2027 will be Adelphus Street, followed by West Grandview, and also West DeGault Avenue, which is located over there by Green Bay and Grand, over there by the Jules grocery store. Also, in partnership with Pastor Mark Rolandhagen from St. Paul Lutheran Church and requests from residents of the northwest side of our ward, we will be having a meet and greet. This will be a gathering of 3rd Ward residents fostering fellowship and collaborations scheduled for Sunday, June 12, 2025, from 6:30 to 7:30. This event will take place at St. Paul Lutheran Church, located at 24 North Lewis Avenue. This occasion aims to bring together residents from the northwest side of our ward to engage in a dialogue and explore opportunities for collective progress. This weekend, I will be canvassing, and thank you, our great media department, Austin, for putting these together. These are done very great. I couldn't have done any better, so I do want to thank you for that. I will be going canvassing the neighborhood this weekend, probably Sunday, going door to door to see, or distributing these flyers to see how many, hopefully invite as many constituents that can come out. It will be in Spanish and English. We will be creating a committee of residents. Again, it is just it's a fellowship for us to come together. As warmer temperatures arrive, it is critical that we emphasize the significance of adhering to the speed limits. Please reduce your speed, particularly in neighborhoods where children are likely to be present. Due to school break, there has been many accidents caused by excessive speeds. I remember a couple weeks ago, on East Avenue, where the speed limit is only 25 miles an hour. I don't understand how a vehicle was on all fours, and I found out by the police officer that this car had excessive speeds up to 70 and in a residential area, so that really needs to stop. Finally, I have reported concerns regarding excessive potholes. We will be addressing them as soon as the weather gets better. I'm sure that Public Works is doing their best to address that. Again, thank you for that. And also, I'd like to, again, earlier we wish happy birthday to Miss Ruby Russell. I'd like to, again, celebrate her birthday and her 102nd birthday. She is such an incredible milestone, and she is a testament to the legacy of strength and hope. So, again, thank you, Ruby Russell from the 3rd Ward. If you need to get a hold of me, I can reach at 847-390-2689. I ask you to please be safe, be mindful, and let's all have a great summer. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Alderman Martinez. Alderman Felix.
Thank you. This upcoming meeting, coming in June, I will announce future community meetings, which will include the 4th Ward meeting, English and in Spanish, downtown meeting as well. And I would like to have a safety meeting, talk about safety concerns in the, we can call it 4th Ward, and if any other member of the council would like to join, we can collaborate definitely. But I'm looking for June 1st to have those dates set, and then I will plan those to be announced with the PR department. There's a lot going on in the 4th Ward, of course, in Waukegan overall. I tend to come in to the mayor's office a lot. While I'm waiting, I talk to some of the people that are coming in and out. There's a lot going on besides what you see. You know, a lot of the things that you'll see in the future is happening right now. So there's a lot of moving parts. It's not just, you know, we handle people's concerns that we hear about, but we have a lot more other things that are going on, a lot of exciting things from what I understand. I just wanted to make sure I notify people of that. But in the fourth ward, I'm happy to say that there's unity coming. There's people working together that might be not always on the same, you wouldn't expect them to work together, but they are. And I'm proud to see that people coming together if it's for the right cause. In the fourth ward, we had Power Market come into the fourth ward. I've been in contact with Ryan Libby to get people access to the solar program, which is amazing. I'm amazed that with only 1,000, it took this long to sign people up. I can understand some people just don't have time. You know, they don't know that this is available and it's real, but it is real. And I'm happy to say, from what I understand, they're almost about 90 or more filled up. We're able to get Power Market together with the Lakeside Towers. Thank you for Power Market working with Clean Power Lake County, and also with Pastor Julie Contreras and Salvador of United Giving Hope. They were working together. They went into the Julian Towers, and there's about 100, over a little bit over 100 units in that location, and I believe they signed up about 40 to 50 people. From what I understand, you know, a lot of them will meet the income requirements, which is good news. So they were able to do that in the Lakeside Towers. They went over there, I believe, on the 13th and the 14th. Amazing to hear, and they were able to, you know, connect with the property managers and work well together. So, and just to say, I've been working with the property managers as well. They're very open to work with the city of Waukegan. So I can say that we have access, and we can, if any organizations want to go offer anything to this building, we can definitely have that conversation. I would love to introduce you to the property manager or the owner. Clean Power Lake County, again, they were in the fourth ward at Semita's Frida. It's a Mexican restaurant right on Washington and Belvedere, like in that corner next to Delia's Daycare. They signed up 40 people, I believe on Friday it was, or sometime last week. 40 people signed up for the solar program, which is great news. I was able to volunteer this Saturday, and even, you know, send some family members that way. So 12 families signed up, from what I understand. Maybe it went up, but as far as I understand, they were at Supermercado Gonzalez, which is a staple community grocery store. They were over there signing people up as well. So kudos to Power Market, Clean Power Lake County, and also United Giving Hope. Thank you, guys. On May 10th, we were able to give up to 300 breakfasts and 80 Happy Meals to kids in the Lakeside Towers and the Lilac Ledge. It could always improve, I will say that. I did get some feedback, but we were able to give that to the mothers for Mother's Day. And you know, I do want to say thank you to DRAC, which always does this every year and gets people together. Sometimes the same people, sometimes it's different people, but he makes it happen regardless of who participates or not. So thank you, DRAC. Jeff McBride, I've seen him for a few years now, when I've been doing the joining along. So this year, DRAC, Jeff McBride, Miriam Graham as well. She's in the fourth ward as well, business owner of M&M Financial, volunteered along with Paulo, Millie, the McDonald's manager. I mean, she works in that McDonald's on Sheridan. She loves our people. She loves working in her location, and this year she came to volunteer with us at the Lakeside Towers. I want to thank you for everyone that supported the day. A mayor came out as well, helped out, moving the breakfasts, and I believe he did go to other buildings in Waukegan. So thank you, Mayor, and everyone else that sponsored the event. So that was the Mother's Day. I was able, thank God, I kind of right on time. Cops on the rooftop. I got there when the mayor was there with a group of kids from, I forgot which school, but it was a school that my nephew goes into, so we got to take a picture with the mayor And, I just saw their faces. This is a group of, I believe, leaders of an elementary school. It was cool. They had like a specific handshake that they teach them, and just teaching them to be leaders. So I was happy to hear that there's a group of kids that are looking to be leaders. So I saw their faces. They were really happy to talk to some, the mayor. I was glad to help them out. I was glad to support the cause. I bought the the coffee mug and gave it to the kids and the teachers. They were happy. So I'm glad that I was able to catch them on while they were there. And the Vista meeting, what I got from not the Vista meeting, the meeting that was hosted by IDPA, what I got from that meeting is that they kind of want to educate the people what they can and can't do. It's not that they just let hospitals do whatever they want, is that they govern them. So if something gets to them, they will have them fix it. If it gets fixed, they're not there to take their license away. They're there to make sure it gets fixed. There was an opportunity, I was asked, so I signed up for it. There's a board that you can join to give more feedback. It is a touchy subject. I know that we don't want to lose any services for our city, but we definitely want to improve them. So there's always a lot of conversations going on. I am open to having a conversation. I do ask the administration to inform me and the aldermen of the working group and what's going on, what what direction they wanted to go. Otherwise, we can step up and maybe create a, do an olive branch to the county and maybe do a committee so we can have a conversation as two bodies. That'd be a good thing to do. I think we might get support for that. But I thought it was a good, positive meeting, and definitely look forward to doing more towards that. The airport meeting, I saw it online. Former Mayor Bill Morris commented on something, maybe because I shared, he commented on it, so he gets some good insight. I will be there. I recommend that everyone does go as well. It's going to be May 20th, 4 p.m. I will be there, and it'll be good to meet some of our Lake County board members as well. They make decisions that affect us. I do know some, but I don't know all of them. I do want to congratulate Roy. I'm not sure how old he is, but he's a young man. He won the Illinois Junior Olympics for boxing. He's out of the Waukegan Boxing and Fitness gym right in front of the library. Congratulations to him. On today, May 18th, there was a accessibility listening session. So pretty much what that was is that they had examples of, of our streets, how some of them have crosswalks, some of them are missing some sidewalks. We want the community to let us know when you see that, let us know so we can put it on the list. We want to get more input. We want to get more input from the community to see where you see these things or how we can improve. So it was like a listening session. They were also on the Washington corridor improvements. I believe it was like a presentation of what our Washington corridor could be, and that was on May 6th. I also did attend that as well, and I encourage people to be involved because they have like a timeline of what they want to do with the Washington corridor. This May 6th one was getting feedback from people. There were people there, which was great, but we need more of the community to be more involved because decisions are going to be made. I believe they're going to have another session in December where they're going to bring back some of the improvements they want to push forward or ideas with the feedback they got from May 6th. So any questions, please reach out to me. I can always, forward the information to the right body or the right person. But, we want to make sure we improve the Washington corridor, and there's a lot of cool ideas. I think we're looking like a timeline to somewhere in the 2030 to do the actual Washington, redo it and do like a bike paths that lead from, where the bike path is currently, all the way to the downtown. That could, lead to having access from the downtown. People that will have housing there, more to come on that, to be able to have access to the buses and transportation if they need to go out of the city. Any more questions, you guys can always reach out to me. Thank you, everyone who is doing great things in our community, and let's keep moving Waukegan forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Felix. Alderman Newsom.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. I was contacted by several senior citizens regarding our water rate increases. And by ordinance, every May 1st, our water rates have gone up over the last several years by 5%, 6%, I believe it was. So I would like to start the conversation. In years past, we had the lowest water rates. Our water rates were never increased. And we did need to increase those rates because what it has done is afforded us the opportunity to make the upgrades at the water plant that we needed to do, that we had neglected for many years. And also help us to be able to sell water. But with the increases, it has become a hardship on some of our seniors with the rates going up every year. In previous years, there was a flat rate if you used a minimal amount of water. And it was a flat rate, I believe it was like $14 or something, and I think that was for a 3-month period. But anyway, I would like to start the conversation. I believe it was back in 2019, we had a senior rebate where the resident could, if they fit the criteria of your income, they were able to get a rebate. So I would like to start the conversation again and see if we can come up with some language to start a senior rebate program or help the seniors that would benefit mostly from this, that are on a fixed income. If we can help them with everything else going up, fees going up, everything going up, food going up, I think it would be beneficial if we would help those that would benefit from a senior rebate or a fixed rate on their water bill. And I would like to start that conversation, also get some information from our finance director on how that senior freeze went. I think it was probably a minimal amount of residents that took advantage of it. I'm not sure if they were aware of it or if it was just a few that took advantage of it. But anyway, whoever would take advantage of it, I would like to start the process, or we can get some language in a program that would be beneficial to those residents that would want to take advantage of it. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Alderman Newsom. Alderman Turner.
All right, so in the sixth ward, I have several things that I want to mention, but I'm not going to take 20 minutes to do it. So there's been a couple of recent incidents over on Sheridan Road I want to mention. One, earlier this week, there was a shooting incident just the other day. How long ago was that, Todd? You remember, Chief? 2 days. Anyway, there were two vehicles involved in shooting in the vicinity of Ridgeland and Sheridan Road. No injuries, no deaths. Shell casings collected, and so we don't have any suspects at this point, but the investigation continues. So we also had an incident in that same area, and this was a kind of a reoccurring situation, if you will. One of our neighbors had some mental issues. He was trespassing. Short and sweet of it is he barricaded himself or locked himself into a garage Police officers went in. They were able to take him into custody, but it took 5 officers to do it. One of our officers was injured, and Chief, do we know is he going to be okay? He's not. I know it's not a critical injury, but
Excuse me, Alder, I can't wait anymore. I have to go to the bathroom.
thank you. Thanks for sharing,
Our
John.
officer will be fine, sir. We have to be careful with certain medical stuff, but
Right.
in this light, he will
Yeah,
be fine.
yeah. I didn't. That's why I didn't give any details. So, but I just want to, obviously thank also. One thing that I don't think I don't think of enough is that when we talk about our police officers and our firefighters in particular, we don't often think of, we think of what they do when we hear and talk about what they do, but we don't think about what they are prepared to do and the risks that they are prepared to take for their own safety and for ours. So whoever the officer is, please express my gratitude for his efforts and wishes for his speedy recovery.
We appreciate that, counsel.
Thank you, sir. Okay. With that being said, I would encourage folk, particularly in the 6th Ward, but across the city, to engage in the Neighborhood Watch program. It's a great way to meet your neighbors, have block parties. You meet maybe once a quarter. And if you're interested in doing that, you can reach out to me or the Neighborhood Watch or community policing detail with the police department. In the 6th Ward, you can reach out to me directly or Officer Chris Harris. There was a drowning this evening at the lakefront. I don't have any details beyond that, but I will say that, the water is still cold. So we had some really hot days, and we're going to have some more hot days, but it takes a long time for that water to warm up. One of the challenges with being in the water is hypothermia, and it does not take long. I mean, a matter of minutes, you can be affected by that cold water. Additionally, depending on where you go in, it could be shallow, and if you're diving in, you could strike your head on the bottom. And folks trying to swim across that harbor entry, there are riptides and currents in there, so please be careful and think twice before you go in that water. Speed humps. A lot of folks are asking me about speed humps again, and we are starting to put them in. We've got 3 in. Recently went in on County Street in the 6th Ward, 7, 8, and 900 blocks of County. A lot of positive response. I mean, I've gotten many texts and calls and comments on my Facebook page about the speed humps, and a lot of questions about when are we going to put them in over here? When are we going to get them on my street? So that's coming. Just want to, reiterate. Public Works is resource challenged, right? Because a lot of the workers there, the team went on vacation right at the 1st of April. And they're starting to filter back, but others are going out. So it's a constant resource adjustment. Chris and Alonzo do a great job of managing the team out there. Be patient. They're fast and they're responding, but maybe not as fast as we would like sometimes. Okay, so bear that in mind. Speed humps are coming. Parkways. So as it's gotten warm, people have already started having their garage sales, yard sales, et cetera. They're putting up signs. Remind you to take your signs down out of the parkway. We kind of look at it with kind of turn our head on those signs. But we, in the 6th Ward, if I see a commercial sign in the parkway, I'm going to take it. And I put them in my car, collect them, and they get recycled. So if your commercial sign, we buy houses or something like that, comes up missing in the 6th Ward, you'll know I did it. Also, sometimes people put up these little signs on our like telephone poles and such. It lost dogs and cats and things, and I kind of look at that. I'm empathetic, right? But if you put a sign up, go back and take it down at some point, because otherwise, one of the other neighbors will get it. Graffiti, we're seeing an uptick in graffiti, particularly in the area of south of Messina and Hickory and Ash and Poplar, down in that area. Chris, you guys are doing a great job. Very responsive. I got a lot of positive comments back from the neighbors, and we appreciate it. Wherever it is you see graffiti in your neighborhood, please report it. Ideally, you report it to the police. They're on non-emergency. They'll make note of it, go out. If it's gang graffiti, they'll take pictures, it adds in their database. Word gets over to Public Works, they'll go out and cover it up, chop, chop. Thank you, Alderman Guzman, for your recognition that this is the 250th anniversary of our great nation, our Army and our Navy. And I mentioned last meeting, I'm going to do it again. If you're in the 6th Ward and you go over to Costco, not Costco, Costco, K-O-S-C-O, it's a flag store at the corner of Glenflora and North Avenue. If you go over there and buy a 250th year anniversary flag, I got the Betsy Ross flag that's got the 13 stars in a circle. If you're in the 6th Ward, I'll go half with you. I'll pay half. I think about $35, so I'll go half with you on that. If you're elsewhere in the city, I'll go $6. I'll give you $6 on that flag, all right? Just to acknowledge the 6th Ward, all right? That's pretty much it for me, guys. Be careful out there. Thank you, everyone, for your attention, and I apologize if I went too long.
Thank you, Alderman Turner. Mayor, that concludes your alderman time.
All right, before we all leave, let's everybody wish Dr. Schwab happy birthday. I know he loved Dr. Schwab, happy birthday. Motion by Alderman Hayes, second by Alderman Bolton to adjourn. Any questions? All those in favor? Motion passed and carried.
Aye.